Kicking like Dolomite.
3,
Last one got copyright. I'm kicking like
5
Dolomite.
just to be sure.
Hey, one time,
Last
you
one
ready?
got
Copyright.
Yeah.
Last one got
Fuck it.
copyright. Hey.
You know what time it is. Every time I rhyme it's just a sign that I'm about to kill. Yeah, it's time for weapon wheel. We got the skill, we got the games. Don't make me grab it still. I put a hole in one like Abby did to Joe. Yeah, for real. And when it comes to aiming, I don't miss like Master Chief. I'll grab the piece and give your ass a halo just for talking sweet. When it comes to gaming, yeah, you know our team's elite. Check the leaderboards, we run the game. You should pick up your feet. You can't lose them too smooth, just going to admit defeat. And ain't no capping around here, cause like Bond, I keep receipts. The most dangerous, better than these other guys. Try to come for us, what's like between your eyes like Jen Sakai. That's no lie, no prank. I grab the ratchet, no clank, and get my jiggy mask to show you how Jack Move got his name. Yeah.
Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Look. King of the castle like Cooper, captain of the ship. My name ain't Blandry, but don't make me have to hit the switch. We'll dump you overboard, then watch the views. I ain't talking Twitch. Hey yo, Alex, go ahead. Talk to him real quick.
Oh, the Dolomite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game. Dolomite, motherfucker, you heard her.
Claim it, a strike to claim it.
They had the nerve to copyright the It's just the bitches, hey. Say yo, still putting wheels on the pavement. My game so tight, it's like Jordan 1 lays it. We stay in these gaming streets, ain't no way to be dormant. Hey, a Drake will leave your body uncharted like Lost Fortune. Coco long scene was cute, hey, and yeah, it served its purpose. But I'm trying to give a detailed description of what a hearse is. I say we flip the switch on these niggas before it get bland. I see a lot of pods jacking the format like Dapper Dan. You hitting the dislike button? You still a fan? Talk slick in the comments and like Dutch, I got a plan. We don't do the sneak diss, and that's that stuff that get you banned. Last time we told your ass to squat up, you turned telling right. It's like I play with the sliders up. You just got 30 niggas, heard me, the time is up. Since 2015, we been kicking game knowledge up. Dust your boots and join the crew if you wild enough.
Developers.
Dolomite, motherfucker, you heard her.
40 clips, kicking like Dolomite. Hey, 40 clips. Aimed at your fit beam, shotties, so much ammo, it don't make sense. Trying to compete is a sacrifice, die again in your afterlife. I'm taking a road trip anytime you niggas wanna fight. Guns and body counts, that's all that I tend to like. Any other podcast, a copy or look alike. Hey, and what they say? Hey, what I say? Hey, I put them in the dirt. Tussle get hurt, no face, no case. Messed up like a jiggy merch shirt. Sliding in that vet, I'm gonna get back. Time to pay that debt. It's time for weapon wheel.
Yo. What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
What up?
Chilling. We are live. What's going on, everybody out there? Everybody in the chat, let me know if y'all hair is good.
What's up?
Can y'all hear me just fine?
Intro.
What about the intro?
That was a nice intro. Nice track.
Yeah,
I'm mad I never get called for duty for stuff like this, but
I mean that's a Jiggy Records
you trying to be on the remix?
I'm trying to be on something. I'm still trying to wait on Jack. Let me know when I can submit these tracks for the Jiggy tape. So.
Hey man, Jiggy Tape 2 on the way, man. We're gonna have that boy Kid Smooth on there, man.
All right.
How many tracks you trying to be on, Smooth? You mean?
I mean, if you only having 10 on there, I mean,
it depends, man. We might get, get as many tracks you need. Smooth. How many tracks you need, bro?
I'm saying it depends. I mean, I'm trying to be on like at least 50% of them. Like,
What'd you say?
Trying to be on 50% of them.
Oh shit! Okay. Hey man, Mike can make that happen. You know what I mean,
So,
Might
Hey
be the
guys,
move.
how my mic sounding?
What's good?
what's up, man? So what
Sounds
they?
good to y'all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you good, bro?
You're good.
All
So,
right,
Jag,
good.
what they call you, DJ Jag Move, or like,
You know what
Puff
I mean?
Puff Move, like, because you that producer dancing in the background. It seemed like, what you is.
Well, I don't know. What should they call me, BD? That's a good question, bro.
No, man. You moving like Suge, you dancing like Diddy in the videos,
Hey, man, I'm just doing what the streets need, man. The streets needed that. You know what I mean? I'm providing a service. I'm like the Game Pass of music. More quality though. More quality than Game Pass. Best believe.
Man. I seen you. Y'all actually got some, some streaming numbers out here.
Oh yeah, Jiggy Takeover 25,000 playbacks. Something light.
Wait. Hold on, because I feel how these playbacks work. Because streams be like, they be boosting streams, and like the way streams are calculated nowadays with music is kind of fishy. You know what I'm saying? They be inflating. I assume they're
going per song. Every time a song get played, they count it as a stream.
Yeah, because they inflate numbers out here. So I'm just saying.
We on up and up, BG.
All right.
Yes, sir.
But this is a fine Sunday evening. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're just arriving, please, make sure you hit that like button. We would appreciate that, and we're gonna get started shortly. We don't want to waste, no time. It's been a very eventful week. It's been been an interesting week. Had to block a few people. That's always good. Always good when I got to block a few people during the week.
You was blocking everybody, wasn't that was crazy?
Huh?
So you was blocking a little bit of everybody.
Yeah, I mean this week it was actually mostly PlayStation dudes.
As you should.
Yeah, because everybody gets their turn. I go to war with all fan bases, because I disagree with all fan bases, every now and again. So, and they get to getting a little bit butthurt, so everybody gets a block.
But BG, why are you always putting bait out there for?
I don't put bait. I put my opinion out there, and people get butthurt about it. So they got to get a good old blocking.
All right.
And I don't discriminate. I block anybody. Okay. I had to block. I blocked one of the homies this past week.
Hey, Vic hit me up and said you blocked him, bro. You blocked Vic, bro.
I had to block him, bro.
I know you ain't blocked Vic. That's
Absolutely.
My man.
And that's not even nothing personal. Listen, when I block you, it's not even personal. Okay, it's when I block somebody.
Come on, dog.
It's partially more for me than you. It's because I'm just not tolerating nonsense, dog. I'm not. I'm just not.
Vic is the homie, though, bro. Come on, dog.
Okay, but he respectfully. He was on some fuckery this past few days.
He was on my boy Vic.
He was on some fuckery, bro. So I
don't even sound like Vic.
Yeah, he was, dog. He was, bro. I just don't like being gaslit, bro. I don't like these Twitter and YouTube games people be doing, dog, and I just don't be participating in them. You know what I'm talking about, Jack? Where like people will say anything to you for days, you ignore them. And then the minute you reply to one, like, "Oh, you sensitive." Oh my god.
Oh yeah, emotional. Yeah. You know how they get.
That's. I'm not doing that with you. Like you're not gonna rile me up for days. I ignore you, and then when I finally reply, you tell me I'm being emotional. I'm not doing this with you.
I just wish people would let I think it's cool for everybody to have their opinion. You know what I mean? There are such things as stupid opinions, but at the same time, if I respect your opinion or if I don't acknowledge it, do the same to me, man.
That's
you ain't got to agree with what I'm saying, but you ain't also got to, just don't address it. If you don't like it, just let it be.
That's your people coming after you too, Jack?
Of course.
Oh man.
But you know what though? I realized something, right? Because I gave the Sony showcase. We're gonna get into it, but I gave it like a 6 out of 10. And people was mad as fuck, right? But I read somebody else comment that gave it the same score as me. And it didn't sound. He said I give it a 3 out of 5, right? I should have said I give it a 3 out of 5. That's more. See, you see how that's a little bit more easy on the ears than 6 out of 10. I should have said I give it a 3 out of 5. Well, nobody would have got mad because guess what? People don't know how to count, right?
They can't break that down to a percentage.
It's the same thing, but it just sounds better. I should have said, moving forward, I know that now. You see that? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Because, you got to break that down to a fraction, then convert it to a percentage. Niggas ain't about to do all that work.
Oh, yeah, they ain't got time for all that.
When you tell them something out of 10, they could just, add a 0 to it. They know what that is out of 100. Then, but niggas ain't about to do math.
You say 3 out of 5, they flustered. They flustered at that point.
Yeah, they're like, well, it sounds kind of good. I guess I'll take it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's get started. This is Weapon Wheel Podcast, episode 296. We appreciate all of you for being here. We've got a lot to talk about today. Approaching 300 episodes. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting, all the day ones, the day 50s, 100s, 150s, whenever you started watching. We appreciate it. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all your favorite audio streaming platforms. We also have a Patreon if you want to support that. Link is in the description. Shout out to all the people who are currently pledging to our Patreon. Hit the like button. Hit the like button once again if you wouldn't mind. Help us with that YouTube algorithm. If you support the Patreon, or if you hit the join button to become a member of the podcast, you will get access to our Discord. You will get some emotes and chat badges. And if you want to submit a video to be featured during the podcast, link is in the description to that. Shout out to everybody who be submitting some videos to be during the podcast. Especially shout out to all you who be submitting some high quality videos, man. I appreciate that. I'm not shaming nobody. Some of y'all still be sending these videos in 720p, and I'm like, we in 2021, good brother. I'm gonna need that thing in at least 1080p. Appreciate it. Let's do these intros. Gonna start out with our first time guests. Patrick Morgan, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good today. Hey, it's a pleasure being on. I've been a fan of y'all guys for a while now. This is actually my first time doing anything podcast related. So shout out to BG for giving me a shot to come on here and express my opinion. I mainly lean PlayStation, but I game on all 3 platforms, even the Switch. Besides PC, I don't game on PC. But
yes, sir.
I like you already, my guy. I like you already.
I'm open to anything, but I mean, it seems so complicated. But I just don't want to get into it.
It can absolutely be a headache, sir. I don't blame anybody who doesn't want to deal with it.
Exactly. I don't want to make any enemies like right off the rip, but
You're saying all the right things right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. Oh wait, we ain't doing those outros yet. Sorry. Like I said, this is my first time. But let's get into these topics, guys.
And Shadow Elite, Mr. RPG, how are you doing?
What up, BG? I'm really glad to be on. Been meaning to come back on when you guys talk about JRPGs, because sometimes y'all be talking about some of these JRPGs and you just don't know what you're talking about sometimes. So this time I'm here.
Who don't know what they talk about? Name names.
I ain't gonna go that far, man.
Go ahead. We need that. Keep us honest, man. Keep us honest. You know?
I'll say right off the rip. Sometimes Blandrew be talking stuff sometimes.
Hold up, wait. As far as what?
You said I thought we was friends.
I was hearing sometimes that you were talking about some JRPGs and it just wasn't it sometimes, man. It's nothing huge, it's nothing big. It's just, I gotta correct it sometimes when I hear it.
He's saying you don't know what the fuck you talking about, Blandrew.
That's what I'm hearing, but I'm trying to understand what games we're talking about here.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully, of course.
I gotta go that far, but yeah, I got a YouTube channel, same name. If you guys want to subscribe to that for all your JRPG needs and whatever have you, and yeah, let's get this party started.
All right, Smooth.
What's up, everybody? It's the Best Bot. Looking forward to today's episode, especially looking forward to hearing what Broken Games and Jack Move got to say, because y'all took some heat this week.
Yo,
man,
this
crazy, right?
This week was opposite world, because the PlayStation dudes was loving Smooth and they was hating me and Jack. I was like, all right, there was clearly a glitch in the universe, glitch in the matrix. So yeah, we gonna get to it. Jack.
What's good, everybody? Hope everybody having a good week. And like BG said, man, it's opposite. We got this motherfucker. You know what's crazy, right? If I would have came out and said, hey, man, 10 out of 10, nothing wrong with it. Jack Move, why are you such a fanboy? They could do no wrong in your eyes, Jack Move. You need to stop being such, all this other shit, right? But then I say how I really feel about something, and now I'm a dick eater. Like how I'm the dick eater. Y'all the dick eaters. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, how y'all doing?
You can't win, bro. Yeah, you can't.
I'm saying though, bro, they want it both ways.
Hey,
a lot of weirdos.
Okay. And Blandrew.
How's it going, everybody? Let's have a good podcast this week. Yeah, we'll get into that PlayStation showcase and Bond whenever he gets here. But
Bond was acting unusual in this.
Yeah,
video,
that was gross what he was doing over this past week.
Yeah, man.
Disgusting.
I can honestly say I've never seen Bond guzzle like that before, bro. Like I was like,
I'm saying though.
This nigga different, bro. Like,
this week, I'll say this week has just proven that when it comes to these showcases, Nintendo and Xbox absolutely get held to higher standards. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna talk about the first topic. Let's talk about F.I.S.T first. You know, and not that type of fisting, you freaks. Relax. But I see Jack did use this as bait and get his viewers riled up. You know, they left a little bit disappointed because wasn't what they thought it was. But
wild times.
Yeah, we're talking about F.I.S.T Forged in Shadow Torch. You know, it's this cool little Metroidvania action game. That was developed by this Chinese studio, Thai Games, and got some decent reviews. I think it's like at an 80, above an 80 on Metacritic. I played a little bit of it, but I think it's definitely not bad. I definitely think people should try it out. I don't even remember what the retail price is.
It's 30.
Okay, yeah, and I think that's a reasonable price for what I played. The visuals look good. You know, they get you in the game and get going fast. The art is good. I would say the voice acting and the lip syncing is a little bit off from what I've seen. But it's, you know, it's a decent game. But I don't know, something about it for me wasn't connecting as much. It wasn't hitting. I might play a little bit more, but I'm not in a rush or, you know, felt like it's something that that really resonated with me. I don't know. I think the platforming felt a little bit sluggish. I think, you know what? I think Ori and a few other Metroidvania games might have set a really high standard for me, because that Ori platforming is really top notch, and there's not a lot of games that, you know, have surpassed it or touched it. But Jack, I know you played it. What are your thoughts?
Pretty much some of the similar sentiments. You know, F.I.S.T, you play as an angry bunny. I don't even know how to explain it. Pretty much a story. I ain't really too much into it. The story's cool, but it ain't really. I think the main selling point of this game is definitely the gameplay. Little action platformer, man, Metroidvania type joint. To me, the game is dope. This ain't no game. You know, this ain't no sleeper hit for sleeper for game of the year nomination, no shit like that. But it's serviceable, man. You know, you talking about the lip syncing and all that. I really ain't too much looking at all that. It's just cool, man. It's cool. You got a variety of weapons. You start off with like this hammer, this mechanical hammer, and then you can get like a whip. You can get a drill. You can buy moves, upgrade your moves. You can. I don't know. There's really nothing too much to say about it, man. It's just a little cool game. You know what I mean? Would I recommend it? Yeah, it's cool. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I could say pick it up for the 30. I think it's worth the 30. I'm probably about 5 or 6 hours in. They're saying I'm only halfway done with the game. So, and you know, the game got a lot of collectibles because, you know, you got to come back to areas you already revisited and shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole cast is, you know, anthropomorphic animals. Like it's the rabbit or bunny. I don't even know what the.
Yeah, he a rabbit, and then they got like the rat gang. It's a gang of rats.
His friend's a bear. His sensei was a raccoon, I think.
Yeah, the setting. I do fuck with the setting. This is a side-scrolling game, but like some of the landscapes you go to, some of the areas, there's very varied areas. You go to like mines, and it's a city. Like I wouldn't say steampunk city. I wouldn't know how to describe this. I don't know, but it's something like that. I say check it out. It's cool.
It's a pretty good combat system. You know, you could pull off some pretty good juggles, almost like a fighting game. in that, especially when you unlock more in the skill tree and everything like that. It's a pretty good skill tree. So yeah, it's definitely a solid game. It's y'all should definitely check it out.
I've been unlocking new moves and shit. This is pretty dope.
Yeah, I see a game like that. It's on PS4 and PS5 right now. I don't think it's on PC yet.
It's on PC. I think it's on PC too.
Really? I think.
Yeah.
Okay. What I was gonna say. Oh yeah, it's a solid game, and I see it. One of those games. I see it coming to PS Plus eventually. Like
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's definitely like if you get it on PS Plus, it's a good game for that. Yeah.
This is one of the first games. Like, this is the only game I can remember. They got a fucking a horizontal, not a horizontal dash. What am I trying to say? It's like a diagonal dash. I ain't never seen a game really do that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Anybody else played it? No, just me and Jack.
Yeah, no, I've been looking.
I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It does look pretty good. Looks like something the furry crowd would.
I don't think Smooth could beat this game.
Oh man.
Well, Smooth has bad, directional, and he doesn't, he gets lost easy. So I think that would be.
It's not no easy game, Smooth. I don't know if you could beat this joint, yo.
I think y'all underestimate.
It can stay right there. If that's the case, like, you know what I mean? I'm stress-free gaming.
Yeah.
It don't have no difficulty settings, but yeah, it got a little nice difficulty to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that about it.
Yeah, the difficulty, scales and ramps up from what I've seen some people say. And it's funny because this is a game that I may not finish because, like I said, it's just not connecting with me like that. Like I feel like it's not grabbing me. But it's one of those games where I'm happy to support it.
Nah, man, you can't get away with that, buddy.
What do you mean?
You said this is a game you may not finish. So how much was this game? $30? Or just
$30? But I'm happy to support it because I see the potential in the studio. If this is, I don't know if they made any other games, right? But
this is part of the China Hero project.
Exactly. So
I think this is their first game. Yeah.
So let me see if they've made any other games.
Because it hurts me when I can't finish a game or where I don't see myself finish a game that I bought. When I did that shit in Game Pass, don't bother me not one bit. I deleted them three games. I downloaded 5 games off Game Pass last week, deleted 3 of them. Didn't bother me at all.
No, because this is a game where it's good, but it's not like connecting with me like that, where I'm like, oh, I just feel like I need to play this. And I think it's because
I'm not too engaged in the story. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too engaged.
And like I said, I do think it's because my standards for Metroidvania games are like really high now. And from what I'm seeing, they've only made one other game before this, and it was called Ancient Emulator VR, some VR game. So if this is only their second game as a studio, and I only had to pay $30, they might make something in the future, that I may like. So I'm not mad.
It's another Alan Wake situation for you. You like it, but you don't like it.
Yeah, like Helga, and who's the chick that Arnold liked, but she didn't like him.
Oh,
like
I know
you talking about Roof.
Lila.
Roof.
It was Lila. Yeah, it was Delilah, right?
Oh, was it Lila?
Was it Lila? I
think
think it was Lila.
Lila, because he liked Roof, but she was.
Yeah, you like it, but you don't like it. Like you ain't trying to
That's Lila.
Yeah.
So that's what it's like. But I feel like they may make a hit in the future, and I see their potential. So I'm not mad at it.
One thing I will say about this game that I do not like, I don't know what he did. Like some of these combos, they cool to look at and whatnot, but some of the timing you got to pull these, but either that or the buttons don't be responding correctly, bro. Somebody matter of fact, the little the first tutorial you do where you got to do it to progress. I'm pushing the button, the inputs they telling me to push, bro. This bitch is not working, dog. Like I had to reset the game and everything, then it started working. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I don't know if it was my controller or I know for a fact some of the timing windows they want for you to pull off these intricate ass combos. It ain't it, but that's really my only problem with the game so far.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ori. I feel like Ori spoiled me because it's extremely responsive, and like when you play this, it's like I don't know. It feels like sometimes a little bit of a.
It's kind of sluggish, yo.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a slow, sluggish delay on certain things. So I think that's what was also bothering me. But yes. Like we said, it's cool. Cool $30 pickup if you interested. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on and let's get this out the way. So NBA 2K22 also came out. I'm pretty sure nobody in here bought it. Correct?
Nope.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
I'm happy for us. We're making good decisions here. We're clearly making good
Playing
decisions.
good game.
Apparently, people like 2K22, which is what's crazy.
I mean,
That's what I'm hearing.
in the Discord, I've been hearing people saying, "Oh, they." I mean, I hear this every year from people when it comes to 2K. Oh, they effed up the shot. They messed up. They changed the timing. I'm like, y'all niggas say that every year, that the timing on these shots is bad, but y'all still trying it out every year. So
All Call of Duty is, I mean, see, you got me mixing up my words. All 2K is Call of Duty for hood niggas.
Call of Duty is Call of Duty for hood niggas. But I'm gonna be real. I haven't played 2K22, but I find it would be almost damn near impossible to make a game worse than they did last year. That joint was ass, bro. Like, oh my god. I don't even ever want to play 2K again. How bad that game was. Like, I can't even hold you, bro.
Wait, you talking about the recent one?
Yes. Bro, you couldn't even, when you played a friend online, you had to choose what team they were playing with for them. Like it was almost like you were share playing. Like, what team you want, bro? Okay, what the fuck? You can't change like your uniforms before games no more. It was a whole bunch of just dumb shit, bro. Like, I don't know.
Why do they do stuff like that? That don't make no sense. It just seems.
Because they know dumb morons are still gonna buy their game.
And you can't
no
make adjustments.
competition.
You can't make adjustments before games anymore because the game loads so quick. The game loads up in like 2 or 3 seconds. You can't make no, you used to like, okay, I want old buddy coming off the bench. I want old buddy. You can't even do all that before the game no more. Just dumb shit.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have much commentary on 2K because I don't have any diehard hood 2K fans in here.
Yeah. I just came back from my brother's. I'm like, you pay $70 for the same game every year? He said 70. I paid $100 last year. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, that's the only way you can get the cross-gen version. You have to pay $100.
And the VC and all kind of like.
Yep. If you want the VC, you got to pay the $100 version.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I know my cousins and they're really young and they just think at this point the V-Bucks thing is a standard. Like paying for that stuff is just standard. Like they have no idea of what it is to like just already have stuff in the game for you. Like it's ridiculous. Like they groom these kids. Not really groom. It just like it's just how it is now. It's ridiculous.
Kids that
not even the kids because the adults do it too.
Yep.
Yeah, but at least the adults, I mean, they probably forgot it by now, but like because they're so used to it, realize that there was a time before all this VC and microtransactions. The kids
makes it worse.
Yeah, the kids now, they're like Ellie being born in the world after everybody got infected. Like they never knew nothing before. Like, oh, this ain't regular. Like this is what they just know, bro. They were born in the outbreak. This is just regular shit to them, just spending a whole bunch of VC bucks.
Yep. Hate to see it.
All right. Moving on from 2K.
Before we move on, where is the live competition?
What do you mean?
NBA Live?
Competition by Live.
Oh. Smooth? I don't know. Ain't Smooth the liaison on
EA tucked their tails in between their legs and walked away. They put a Joe Biden at midnight.
So they're making people get vaccinations?
No. No, I wasn't referring to that. But
they fell asleep. I don't know. I don't get the political, reference.
I don't know. A horrible job getting people out of Afghanistan. But
okay.
Wow.
Oh man.
This took a turn.
No, EA is just on some bullshit with NBA Live. It's unfair. Like, I really don't understand how EA is the only publisher that can literally abandon a annual franchise. They either take years off, like it's a part-time job, or they completely abandon it and then say nothing about it. They've had the last 3-4 2Ks have been garbage, and they could have put out something mid and people would have supported it because it wasn't 2K. But if they want to leave money on the table, they want to leave money on the table and keep putting out these whack-ass Maddens.
But Smooth, don't like their strategy right now is just to release those games and people are going to buy them no matter what. Why would they put all these resources into a live and for just not to sell as well? I mean, that's
all they got to do is put. I mean, EA got pockets. Their pockets is deep.
True.
So one day, all they got to do is like put a real known athlete on the cover, work with the NBA, increase the marketing on it. Like, you know what I mean? It's nothing to sell a basketball game. They can do it, but they're scared to compete. They're scared to advertise. They don't advertise to the rate of 2K. 2K got every content creator. They got fucking basketball players playing their games. They are getting commercial spots during like NBA games. EA can do the same thing. You know what I mean? They can definitely do it. They can afford it. They're just not. They know they feel like they have an inferior product, so they don't trust their product. So they don't put their product out there like that. You know what I mean? They got a stunt. If you have an inferior product, they know they got an inferior product to Madden. The problem thing is Madden don't have no competition, so they can put it out like that. Now, if they treated NBA Live like they treated Madden and FIFA, their games would sell. But the thing is, they think NBA Live isn't any good, so they advertise it and they develop it like it's trash. So,
well, thank you, Smooth. So okay, let's move on to the next topic. So, we're actually going to get a little bit political with this one. So,
let's go.
The CEO, the CEO of Tripwire Games, John Gibson. Tripwire Games, you know them for such games such as, Killing Floor, Maneater, Chivalry 2. They didn't develop all of those. I think they published Chivalry 2. They developed Killing Floor. I think they might have published Maneater also. But he stepped down after facing backlash after he came out on Twitter and supported the Texas abortion ban. So a little bit more detail on this, right? So the Texas abortion ban, it's pretty much about banning abortions for babies with a heartbeat. I believe they said that's after 6 weeks. He said, as an entertainer, I don't get political often. Yet with so many vocal peers on the other side of the issue, I felt it was important to go on record as a pro-life game developer. And the other studios that he's affiliated with, Torn Banner Studios, Shipwright, and members of Tripwire Studios also made statements saying, we do not share this dude's views. So SB 8, that's the Texas law, right? And it's not technically an abortion ban. Pretty much what it is it authorizes any person other than the government to sue someone who provides an abortion after 6 weeks or helps someone obtain an abortion after 6 weeks, right? So that's why you saw like Uber and Lyft speak out against this, because technically, if you're somebody from Uber and Lyft and you drive somebody to an abortion clinic, they could see that as you helping them get abortion, because the law is kind of very loose about that.
Yeah,
because
that's murder.
Yeah, because obviously they couldn't necessarily ban abortion with this law. So they like, okay, we're just going to make it really hard and like try to like, I guess, get people to sue you. Like it could be so that means like anybody who's anti-abortion activist, an ex-boyfriend, anybody who just disapproves of you getting abortion can technically sue you. And there could be fines from like 10,000 and up. So yeah, they got his ass out of there for that. What are y'all thoughts?
I think all human beings should have a right to an opinion. And like, I mean, he worked for a publisher that had all those games that people that's like, we do not agree with this person. They all made whack games. Killing Floor is trash. Maneater's trash. All those games are
how's
garbage.
Killing Floor trash?
It's trash, dog. I played it. I think it's garbage.
Where'd you play it on?
I played it on I had Killing Floor on, I think, Xbox and potentially PlayStation. I think I played them both on both platforms.
I want to play that game on the console.
But in terms of like, I don't like, it's not more of like anybody. I just think that I can't stand that when people say things that regardless of where they work, they don't have like the right to have an opinion on something or take a stance for something. Like everybody has to associate what they do with their opinion. It's like, okay, let that person have an opinion. I can't stand like this whole cancel culture. Oh, we can't buy this game. Oh, I have to break my contract with this person because he agrees with this law from this states that they probably don't even live in. So it's like, bro, relax. And I hope he has like some sort of crazy ass, contract breaking clause in there that fines people for doing shit like that. It's like, if that's the case, go independent. If you are afraid that the person you're partner with might have an opinion that's different from yours. I just think it's the reaction, and all these little pussy ass people want to come out and talk their shit and try to condemn people for having an opinion on something. And I just don't like how this whole we're all against you mentality happened. Like, even though I don't have like an opinion on or like a disagreement or agreement with this dude or whatever the text thing, it's just that I don't like that mentality that people get where it's just like, all bets are off. You're against this, so we're against you, and then the whole world gangs up on people. I just think it's a bad mentality that society has. And I think, and this goes for all entertainment mediums, people should have a right to their own opinion. It may not, we're not robots. We're not all supposed to agree on everything. But that's it.
Agree with
block
Smooth.
Anybody, Smooth?
You said what?
You ever block anybody on Twitter or YouTube?
I blocked many people for coming at me the wrong way.
So how's that different?
Bond, that's not the same thing at all.
You canceled them for their difference in opinion.
No, I didn't cancel. I canceled them I stopped them for communicating with me.
Exactly.
For
and they're stopping him from making money.
Not being able to tweet at Smooth is not affecting his livelihood and their career.
Good?
No, it's not.
Smooth's got 11,000 views. Smooth's got 11,000 followers.
Yeah, we know these game developers and publishers are so anxious to work with Kid Smooth respectfully.
Bottom line is this. I agree with Smooth, but my own opinion on is this. I had a class one time in college. It was a some kind of like insurance, some bullshit class. I was like health insurance, whatever. And the topic came up, what are your opinions on abortion? And the first person the professor asked was me. And before I could even answer, I look around and every girl in the damn classroom is looking at me. It's not a topic I ever want to talk about. Whether I agree for it or disagree for it, one subject I will not talk about is abortion. Because you know how people feel about that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, this is a very sensitive issue, and you're part of a big company. Like, just keep your mouth shut when it comes to this stuff, because all it does is invite chaos and negativity for the most part from people who just disagree with you. I'm not saying the people who disagree with you is wrong. It's that it's just gonna bring a reaction. So why take the risk of even talking about it? You can't have your own opinion, and that's great and all. You should be able to speak up, but you know how Twitter works. You know how.
Exactly.
Wait. So Shadow.
So I told the professor, I don't want to answer the question. Like, why not? I'm like, look, regardless of how I answer this question, you see, like, I'm one of like 5 guys in this classroom. No matter how I answer this question, all these women in this class are going to think somewhat negative of me, whether it's pro-life, pro-choice, whatever. So I'm like, I'm not answering it. I don't need to answer the question. I'll keep that opinion to myself.
Wait, so Shadow.
Yeah.
Do you think this guy would have got the same backlash if he was pro?
No.
Yeah, more than likely not.
But he could have. You never know.
But if you know you're against the grain on this one, like, why take the risk?
So do you see how messed up it is that you're allowed to keep your job if you're, and it's not like he was even being hateful or anything. He was just like, this is where I stand. This is what it is. But people are saying, oh, this guy hates women. He must be this. He must be that. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. It's like, he just doesn't support the killing of babies. I don't know why we're trying to make him seem like he's the devil or something. I thought this was extremely disrespectful. We were getting people like Corey Barlog, Elena Pierce, and all these industry insiders trying to cancel this dude and ruin his career just because he had a difference of opinion. Like I will never be buying another God of War game.
Strong topic. And that's exactly why I said I have no comment. Whether you agree with me or disagree with me, I will not share my thoughts and feelings on it.
And a lot of peers had the nerve after her little racist stint that she ran her ass off to Australia. Now she trapped there. And then when something comes up that can heat off her, she's gonna be the first one talking. I don't like soft people like that, like that cowardness of like, I got dirt, but I'm gonna hide my dirt and bring up your dirt. Fuck out of here.
The thing is though, right? I partially agree with you. Like you should be able to state your opinion, right? But as a CEO, you can't just say anything. You can't be a CEO and like something like I was taught by great speakers is you got to know your audience. You can't say anything in front of any audience. You have to know who you're speaking to. The gaming like scene is mostly comprised of people who are liberal or lean left. So you should not be a CEO of a game development company and gamers, right? Who and your consumers are gamers and saying right-leaning things. I'm sorry, you shouldn't be doing that. It's just not smart. There's freedom of speech, but there's not freedom of you don't have freedom of consequence. So if I'm a CEO of a game development studio, that's just not something I'm gonna say because it's going to trickle down and affect the rest of my studio. You got to know your audience. Like, listen, if I'm speaking, I don't know, in some good old boys redneck area, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I might not say certain things around them because you don't know how people go and react and how they be. You got to know who you around. You got to understand your position, and you got to know your audience.
Yeah, I think the main problem is, like, especially with CEOs and everything, I think they need to stop thinking that Twitter is actually a free speech platform. Because, like BG just said, once you have an audience like that, once so many people are listening to you, and you're part of a community that leans that way, there's going to be consequences later on. Like every time that you tweet out something, every time that you talk, your job is on the line every single time.
Mm-hmm.
No matter if it's pro
why
something.
is the CEO even tweeting about this crap? Shut up.
I don't know. Yeah,
he said like a lot of his gaming peers were talking about it, so he thought he'd just throw his hat into the ring and say where he stands or something like that. So
it wasn't smart.
And he only had 5,000 followers, so he didn't think it was probably going to reach like that. All his little developer friends get away. They were able to talk freely about it because they were on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So they were able to talk freely about him. And so he felt like, all right, so this is a topic that we all can talk about. I can get my words in. But since his opinion was different, it was, let's declare war on this dude. Let's everybody break. I can't stand shit like that. I'm sorry.
That was a virtual crucifixion. That was trash.
I just went to this man's Twitter. I kid you not. His Twitter banner right now is him apparently in some third world, in some predominantly black country. Honestly, I mean, I would have to guess it's somewhere in maybe Africa, and it's a whole bunch of like white people one white woman is holding a white baby, and they just are standing around some black kids. And I don't think that was his Twitter banner before. Last time I checked, so I don't know what he's trying to do or what image he's trying to put up of himself.
Look, if I was in his position and people came at me that way, I would be going all into this as well. I wouldn't stop. After I lost my job, I'm just doing it all at that point.
He didn't lose his job. He should have stepped down.
That's what they're calling it, Bond. But no,
I'm saying it's still his company, and he's still making the money. It's like the Papa John situation.
But yeah, listen, you're still the point is you can't say whatever you want when you're in high position. I mean, I tell you all the time, one of the reasons why I don't want Weapon Wheel to get too big is because look at all the fuck shit we say on here. Like, we would definitely get in trouble with some of the stuff we say on here if we were like a bigger platform that a lot more eyes were on, like I don't know, whatever, like for example, Colin's podcast, Last Stand. Listen, he gets a lot of backlash for saying stuff that's like not even that crazy. He's one of those people, he can't say anything, or he'll really like get some real backlash. But he works for himself, so he's fine. He works for himself. But like,
we can't even get Nintendo fans on here because we were critical of the Wii U. We got the nerve of people talking about I don't want to talk to you because your differences of opinion, but we call shit. It's a problem.
What do you think? Trash. Like, let's say we're on the level of IGN. Realistically, what do you think happens for us if we remain the way we are?
We'd be canceled.
Oh my god!
I give it a month we got here.
We would be out of here. We would be out of here, bro. Done.
I don't know,
because
to be honest, I truly don't know.
Here's the thing. We would be out of here. Not even because of anything we would say in those 3 weeks. They would all look up stuff we've said in the past.
Blow your kneecaps
out. My god, bro! They would dig up. They would dig up our last 10 years, right? And between me, Bond, and Jack, we're all out of here, bro.
We out of here. No, we out of here.
We done.
They should have be lit. Oh man.
Like, yo, public execution. Listen, people in the Discord be like just throwing stuff that I forgot I said. Like, yo, how y'all
they love
find
bringing
this?
up old shit, don't they? God damn.
I'm just saying, yeah, better hope they don't bring that, that social credit score here to the States. Otherwise, we all fuck.
Oh yeah, it's over with, man.
Social
Especially
credit
if you're a man.
Yeah, no, but I think we could remain doing what we're doing. I don't think anything really happens to us. People might get mad at us just on a larger scale, but I don't think anything really happens to
No,
us.
mean,
if
listen,
we were huge, we'd be out of here.
There's some people I've seen that are not that can't be canceled, right?
Damn,
I think
hold on, bro.
If we doubled our even tripled our growth, we would be fine. But I think past that, a bunch of people in suits with certain amounts of power would start, trying to shut it down.
You know how many communities would be after us? Come on, you got the obese community, the people that support obesity, Bond be out of there. You got LG, you got even
a regular community.
BLM, because Bond say something that, well, at least on the woman's side of things.
Oh, you've been saying anti-BLM stuff.
Bond don't know how to talk about women properly. The feminists would get him out of here instantly.
The feminists would be in this bitch.
It'll get you out of here, Bond.
Okay, so then last thing. If somebody on this podcast said something like super crazy as far as like, Kiss Move talking about these purple, if somebody on this podcast says something like that, would you remove them from the podcast, have them step down or what?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were 10 times bigger and it would threaten the whole podcast, that'd be a different conversation than now, Andrew.
Yeah, I can't. When I've said all the crazy stuff, I can't be like, oh, bro, you can't say that. You out of here.
Let me rephrase this conversation so it makes more sense. Imagine this podcast is 100 times bigger. BG has quit his job. The main source of income is the podcast. Then Blandrew brings up a good point. That would be a different kind of discussion. Because we would have to be more corporate and more politically correct. And that's what BG is talking about. He doesn't want it to be too big, so we don't have to conform to that normality.
Yeah.
But if it became BG's primary job, primary source of income, then yeah, that would be the case, Blandrew. Because otherwise you'd be trashing the whole podcast instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main reason why I listen to y'all is because y'all are real people. Y'all aren't most of these other sites, other corporations and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely want to stay small.
People got at the end of the day, people got mouths to feed, families to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And these chicks ain't trying to mess with broke niggas, so you ain't got paper.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, so
I feel like it would only be a problem if we had sponsors, like a ton of sponsors. That's what
you
relied on those sponsors and then they start pulling, that's when but if it's just
a lot of money do be coming from sponsors though. That'd be a large part of it. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean,
but you could also get a lot from a Patreon or something like Colin. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Some people get pulled off of Patreon though, like Alex Jones, them type dudes. Yeah, they get you the fuck up out of there. Like they don't care.
Yeah, that's why Colin's good. He works for himself. He's like, listen, y'all can't really cancel me, bro. Like
he got one of the biggest Patreons.
Yeah, y'all don't know, no corporation pays him, so he's like, yeah, I'm good. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Good discussion. Okay, we can move on. Let's talk about Tales of Arise.
Yes, sir.
Fire.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, I just want to say I do want the podcast, of course, to get bigger, just not too big. So tell your grandmother, your aunties, your giraffe, tell all them people about Weapon Wheel.
Giraffe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we get too big, this podcast's gonna suck, respectfully.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So yeah, Tales of Arise. Shadow Elite, I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one. So, because I played Tales of Arise, I played about 45 minutes to an hour, and I thought it was cool. And once again, it could just be me being jaded. When you get in that situation where games just ain't connecting with you, ain't hitting for you. I could be just going through that time, so I'm not in a rush to get back to it either.
Bruh.
But
like I said earlier about F.I.S.T, man. I hope, did you buy this game, PJ?
Tales of Arise, I did.
Yeah. You know why? Did you do it because of you just coming right off of Scarlet Nexus and you?
Yeah, kind of, because it's so weird because the games that I'm thinking are going to hit for me. Some of them haven't. Like I bought Scarlet Nexus and I'm like, I ain't sure about this. Ended up loving it. I buy Tales of Arise. I'm like, I don't really want to fit. I don't know about this. So it's like sometimes you
really.
It's like I sometimes but sometimes you don't know even when you sure. So yeah, like Scarlet Nexus was like I couldn't get enough of it, even though it became some fuckery towards the end with aliens and time travel and all this other shit. But yeah, that shit was fire to me. Tales of Rise, it's okay. It's not bad at all. I don't know. It's just not connecting. But yeah, tell us about it. Shadowfall.
Shadowfall.
Interesting. Shadowfall. Killzone.
Killzone.
Yeah. But yeah, Tales of the Rise is great. It's got an 87 on Metacritic right now. Has over 60,000 concurrent players on Steam. It's doing really well. I'm enjoying the game a lot. Visually, it's really good. This is like the second best JRPG I've seen, like from a graphic standpoint. The first one being Final Fantasy VII Remake, having stellar graphics. This game really stepped up the graphics and the amount of detail on fields and stuff like that, particle effects everywhere, and it looks really good for it. I'm liking the story so far. Xion is a little bit I don't know, the word I can look for is bitchy, but she's pretty cool so far. The rest of the cast, I haven't gotten everybody just yet. I haven't played it as much as I wanted to. But as far as the battle system goes, really fun. A lot of combos you got to unleash. So far, you only got access to about 6. You have ground combos, like some of them can go into air combos, and you can do that way. But I'm hearing you can unlock more as the game progresses. 6 in battle seems like a little bit limiting, so I'm hoping you're able to unlock the prompts to do more. There's been some talk about the game's difficulty. A lot of people are having trouble with the first and second boss for the most part. The second boss was kind of interesting. He was really tanky. But I was able to get through it, but I could definitely see why people are a little bit having trouble with it. I'm not sure how the rest of the game is going to be, but this game is having some trouble also with DLC, and that might mix in with the difficulty of the game, because this is the first time in the Tales of game that I'm playing where an orange gel, and that's basically an item that recovers MP. It's like the lowest level of recovery MP item. It's a common item in Tales of game. It's like the most expensive it's ever been in a Tales of game, and that's because recovering MP or CP in this case is really important, because they pretty much locked recovery arts and buffs behind the CP system, and if you don't have it, you're shit out of luck for the most part when it comes to recovering, unless you got like some items to help you recover. And you run out of CP pretty fast. You want to recover it, but the orange gel, they cost way too much, and you don't get that much money. You don't get that much money from regular battles. And you have DLC that allows you to just have money automatic, like 100,000 gold easily, and you can just spend it. And you also got experience boosters and whatnot that will help you, gain more levels if you should use them. I don't think you have to use them, but
Ubisoft game?
No, but that seems to be how Tales of has been doing things when it comes to DLC as of late. And
yeah, I've seen a lot of people say like the microtransactions are going a little bit crazy in that game.
Yeah. I thought it was I thought people were exaggerating, but I'm starting to see as I play it more, it seems that they're trying to gear me towards getting the microtransactions, and I'm gonna go as long as I can without doing it. One of the things about the DLC is that there are certain costumes, and if you buy the DLC costumes, you unlock certain skills and arts and passives that you can unlock in game, of course, if you choose to unlock them via the skill grid. That's terrible. You should not be locking arts and skills behind paywalls. I don't know what Bandai Namco was thinking on that one. That seems pretty stupid.
Haven't they been doing that for a while now?
Yeah, since the PS3 era at least.
Not unlocking skills, not locking skills. They have never unlocked locked skills or arts that you can use in battle behind costumes. I've never seen that.
But you said Namco Bandai said you could still unlock these these skills just playing the game, right?
No, you can't. No, from what I'm hearing, no, the swimsuit DLC and stuff like that have the skills, you can't unlock those in game. You got to buy that swimsuit.
Oh, you got to buy. Okay, I thought you said you can.
Yeah. So it's a little bit questionable in that area. I'm gonna see if it's really egregious, because it seems that every boss is throwing people for a loop for the most part, and it doesn't seem that the difficulty is scaling enough. So I'm thinking they want you to actually play the game well, like dodge, use combos, don't just rely on using items. I'm hoping that's the case, but we'll see. We'll see going
Or
forward.
grind.
Yeah, grinding, you could grind, but that's the thing. You don't gain that much levels, that much experience through grinding. It's in the same as money. You don't get that much money. Like, you know how usually you play a JRPG, you go through a dungeon, you beat a boss, the boss gives you extra, experience and extra money, and then you go to the next town. You should be able to, stock up on some items, maybe buy new weapons and armor. In this game, not so much. You can't do that. So far, I've been very limited on what I can do, and I have to make sure that I'm using it. I'm spending my money wisely. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. You can't do side quests to help out, but they're also not giving too much gold and CP, so SP, I mean. So it's kind of weird.
They're not
Hey, Shadow.
trying to accommodate broke niggas, are they?
Hey, Shadow.
Yeah.
Have you played Tales of Graces?
Yeah.
To me, I think that's the best combat in the series so far.
yeah.
So what do you think of Tales of Arise in comparison to that?
Tales of Grace is definitely up there when it comes to the combat in Tales of games. Comparison to Arise, I would say they're almost about equal so far. I do love the aerial combos, the ground combos, and stuff like that. It kind of sucks that you can't break bosses, so you can air combo them. So you
can't break them in this game.
Nah, you can't break bosses in this game. Nah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with that because some people would just rely on breaking the boss and just like comboing them to death, and it's just like, oh, that's just too easy. Rely on actually like dodging and countering and stuff like that. But as far as the combat, it's really fast, it's really fun, very flashy. I like the boost arts. They come in quick, they destroy an enemy easily, they're very animated. Love it, absolutely. Yeah,
Where's the definitive version, Blandrew?
What are you talking about?
The definitive version of Tales of this game.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The
I bought the
version.
game. I got it for my PS5, but I'm just waiting to
Where's
play
the
it.
Switch version?
Talk to Namco Bandai. I don't know.
Out is well, I would say this game can't run on a Switch, but Witcher has been run on a Switch. Doom has, so maybe if they tone down all the particle effects and whatnot, it can.
Namco Bandai usually takes a long time to port games to the Switch anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did come. This and Scarlet Nexus, but I'm not really waiting for either.
Okay.
You got it on the Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Why didn't you get on Xbox?
Because I didn't want it on the Xbox. All my other Tales of games are on the PlayStation, so I wanted to keep the uniform and the tradition going.
So what do you own an Xbox for?
Game Pass and Xbox games.
Come on, Bond. You know this. You know what Xbox is for.
Oh, damn.
Just beat Psychonauts 2, and it was an amazing experience. I would highly recommend it to everybody.
Let's not pretend. We know exactly
I
what
thought you didn't
Xbox
like
is for.
digital games.
Yeah, but there's no physical version of it, and it's on Game Pass anyway. No, it's not. No, you can't. No.
Oh, it's digital only. I didn't even know.
No, Psychonauts not digital only, is it?
Yeah,
it was.
It is. It's digital only.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
If anybody has access to
that.
a physical copy, one is probably the crowdfunding ones that got delivered a copy, but I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I looked it up. There's no physical copies.
Oh wow, I ain't know that.
And trust me, I looked for that and something else before they came out.
Okay. Well, thank you, Shadow Elite and Blandrew for your contribution to that.
Oh, one thing I just want to say this: I better see Tales of Arise on some Game of the Year, sites. Game Awards better have it for Game of the Year. This is like one of the highest rated Metacritic games that have come out this year.
Oh, you know that don't matter.
Listen, I'm tired of JRPGs not getting the respect they deserve. They need to have this game on there, and I'm pretty sure
they're gonna subject it to the best RPG. They're not gonna put it in.
Come on,
you know how they do them. You know how they do them.
I mean, I hope so too. If it wins, then I win big.
Fire Emblem Three Houses got subjected to the best RPG, and it won Gamer's Best Game overall in 2019, but they never nominated it. So mainstream games only.
I hate to see it.
And some indie game.
Somebody in the chat asked, they baby stepped into Ni no Kuni as their first steps into JRPGs. Do you think they would like Arise based on playing that?
Your first their second JRPG, I guess. I would say you would like it, but like I said earlier with the bosses and whatnot, you might want to play it on a lower difficulty. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it's so far it's a pretty tough game, and you gotta know what you're doing, or else you're gonna have
Is
a
there a
miserable time.
difficulty level or just
Yeah, you got normal, easy, normal, moderate, and hard. I'm playing on moderate right now. I plan to push it up to hard once I get all the party members. But so far, I wouldn't recommend putting it on hard out the gate.
Okay. I don't know why. I don't like games that let you switch difficulty at any time for some reason. I don't know. It bothers
Not
me.
if it's it depends.
I don't know. I don't know why it bothers me. I feel like I don't know. But yeah, we can move on.
definitely that game I want to get. I just gotta manage my bets. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Firesprite Studios. So PlayStation announced a new acquisition this past week. They purchased Firesprite Studios. This is their third acquisition of the year. It was Nix's and Housemarque before. Firesprite has around 250 developers. So pretty much Firesprite is the spiritual successor studio to Liverpool, to Sony's Liverpool studio, because Sony closed down Liverpool, and the people from that studio, after they closed it down, created a new studio, which is Firesprite, and Sony has bought them. So it came full circle. So these dudes got fired by Sony after they closed out the studio, made a new studio, and then they're back at Sony pretty much. So interesting how that works. So it's one of the UK's biggest studios. They developed the Playroom VR, and the Persistence. And they are working on a AAA branching narrative adventure game and a AAA quality new action shooter IP. And I believe the shooter is going to be a multiplayer game. So, yeah. Jack, any thoughts on this?
Multiplayer.
No. It seems like they're making a lot of VR games. I don't have VR, so.
No, but I don't think these. I assumed it was going to be VR, but I don't know that they didn't say anything about VR.
Isn't all the games they've made so far been VR games recently?
Two out of three.
There you go.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess are VR games really AAA games? Do they really get to that?
Not really.
Outside of Half-Life Alyx, no.
I mean, if depending on what you call
unless it's something like Resident Evil that already exists that has a VR mode, but
yeah,
generally speaking, no, not really.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I think AAA, I'm like, no, these can't be VR games. I don't know what VR game gets to that. Well, not quality, but that budget, because it's about budget and quality. So
Yeah.
I assume it's not.
Alyx, that's it.
Yeah. So I assume it's not VR. So I would hope not, especially since one of them is a multiplayer.
They said they were upping the quality of the VR games too, though. Remember, they said they want to give you full, whatever experiences.
Yeah,
like full game type shit.
But even though I haven't played any of their previous games,
I'm not hyped though. I don't care personally.
I'm interested to see what they do, only because they said they're making a multiplayer game, and PlayStation finally, after they've been spending some time with me listening to what I've been telling them, we need multiplayer games. After I went to war with the PlayStation community, so we don't need no multiplayer.
We have plenty of other developers that make them.
After I went to war with them people, so I'm just glad to see there's at least 4 PlayStation studios that are definitely working on multiplayer games. So that's the part I'm happy about, and I guess this is all part of Jim Ryan's natural growth strategy, because this is another studio that they bought that has only made games for PlayStation. I think all of these games have been just PlayStation games. Yeah, Playroom is only for PlayStation. I'm not sure about the Persistence.
No, the Persistence is multi-plat. I have it on
okay.
Xbox, and it's complete garbage.
Oh shit!
Okay. Oh man. Well, hopefully that PlayStation essence can make anybody
the
better.
PlayStation fragrance, man.
It can make
Not
anybody
to be confused
better.
with the Xbox stench. Not to be confused with the Xbox stench. Shout out to Jay Barry.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see PlayStation branching out and actually developing a lot of multiplayer games, it seems. I hope they do with multiplayer games what they did with single player games last generation.
Yeah.
That's my dream anyway. Because I'm a big multiplayer guy as well, but yeah.
and I can't imagine that this cost them anything. Like this was a budget buy because they only got 3 games under their belt. But it's funny because they only got 3 games under their belt, but they got like this 250 employees is huge for a studio. Like that's only made 3 games. Is like Insomniac, Santa Monica, Naughty Dog. Those studios are like around 250, 300. So you typically don't find studios that worked on smaller titles to have this size. So yeah, we'll see what they do though. We'll see. See what we got. So we heard about, the new PS5 model, having a smaller heatsink, and people like Austin Evans put out that video that the new PS5 is worse. It runs, saying it runs hotter because it has a smaller heatsink. A YouTube channel, I forgot what I didn't write down their name, but pretty much it's a bunch of dudes that actually used equipment. They did tests. This is what they do. I think they're called hardware busters or something like that. And they actually did the test, and the new PS5 model actually runs cooler. And according to their test, it runs around like 10 degrees lower than the current PS5 model.
So Austin Evans didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, apparently.
We had
size doesn't always matter, people. Come on.
We had Dark Cloud on the After Dark last week, and he was explaining that Austin Evans, he was taking the temperature from the exhaust of the console, pretty much, so where the heat was coming from. And he was saying that because I don't study all this shit, but pretty much what Dark Cloud was saying is you can't get an accurate reading by doing that, right? So the way he did it didn't make no fucking sense. He did that for the clickbait. He got what he wanted, and then he was saying motherfucker was threatening him and all this other shit that he didn't prove, just like he didn't prove that he knew what the fuck he was talking about. So yeah, it was proven that he don't know what the hell he talking about. So y'all got to stop listening to some of these motherfuckers online, man. That's all I got to say. Shout out to Austin Evans. Respectfully.
Yeah. He got his click.
I think it was just for clickbait. Like it seems like he just made an honest mistake.
I think it was clickbait simply because, and King Thrash tweeted this out because I don't follow this guy. I've heard him before, but pre-release, right? Now the same temperature he said the new PS5 was running at, he was like, this is something to look at down the line. It's gonna slowly ruin the system. You're gonna have to replace all this other shit. But the Xbox pre-launch was running at this exact same temperature, right? And he said, it's running a little hot, but don't worry, it's nothing to fret about, right? You're in good hands with Team Green, right? It was nothing but doom and gloom on the PlayStation side, but the Xbox had the same goddamn read, and it was cool. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what's really the goal at the end of the day? Hey man, y'all call it. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
people to get it out, use any kind of measurable thing he could use.
Mm-hmm. Listen, if you're not qualified, just don't say nothing. Everybody wants to be.
That's another issue too, though, BG. You had guys, like I said, I'm not a tech guy, never would claim to be. But you had guys online claiming to be, these armchair developers. They're saying Austin Evans seemed to be, on the up and up with what he's saying. But the goddamn engineers that made the goddamn system don't know what they talking about. Like, how does that work? I don't get how that works.
Yeah. When I first seen it, like the reports like, oh, it's worse. And I was like, listen, I'm not saying I believe everything developers and these companies do is right. I'm not saying they're like, they can't make mistakes. But the amount of R&D that they put into these consoles, I just didn't believe that PlayStation put out a console with a heatsink that runs worse to the part where it would hurt the console. I'm like, no, I just don't believe that. They do way too much R&D to be making a mistake like that.
That would be something crazy to do. Like, if you think about it, like that would be like insane that they actually went through the trouble to do that.
Yeah. If this was like, maybe PlayStation of the past, I would absolutely believe it, because PlayStation has done some bonehead shit. But with like Mark Cerny like type people, leading, I'm like, no, I just can't see that type of mistake being made. So that's why I stayed quiet, and I just waited for, the people who actually knew what they were talking about to talk. And that's what happens.
You're not supposed to do that, BG.
Oh man, you're right. All right.
Got to make a 1 hour topic out of it.
Yes,
it's
sir.
interesting.
Yes,
I'm looking at this Austin Evans video, and it seems like he made a correction to the initial video, but he hasn't integrated that at all in the title of the video or anything like that. So
Oh,
I feel like
and
he's
the-
kind of he's
and
kind
the
of keeping
vid-
it up.
Yeah, when he got, I guess he said he was. I'm sure he probably did get a lot of hate from the video. I never questioned that. But as far as the doxing and 3 for threatening to kill him, I don't know about all that. But if he said it happened, sure, why not? This is my thing, though. He then goes on to describe how, yeah, I could have just put a regular photo of the PlayStation, but the YouTube algorithm wouldn't have picked it up, and I wouldn't get any views, so I had to make a salacious thumbnail. And he pretty much explaining, he pretty much explains how he went to get all this hate and negativity that he pretty much asked for. So
he has 5 million subscribers. He's not struggling for views.
Yeah.
But that's my thing, though, bro. Don't go looking for it and then come playing victim, bro. I don't like that shit. Like you knew what you was doing. You knew what come with this type shit. Yet you did it anyway. So what the fuck? You want me to feel bad for you, bro? You went out of your way to do this. I don't feel bad for you.
Okay, yeah, that's some shit. That
Listen, people do things for that YouTube algorithm, bro. It doesn't surprise me. Like them titles and that thumbnail is extremely important for
Bro,
the YouTube
he was playing
algorithm.
victim like crazy, bro. He's like, oh yeah, and you guys remember when my house burned down? And like, bro, what the fuck they got to do with you clickbaiting motherfuckers, bro? Like, come on, dog. You just doing too much at this point.
Hey,
He
man,
got his clout
crazy.
from it.
Sometimes
definitely did.
Sometimes I say that's why. Listen, I tell you all the time, I don't listen to big YouTubers. I don't listen to people whose full-time job is doing YouTube. Because when it's your full-time job to do something, you're going to say whatever it takes to make some money.
I think the only one I really listen to is Marquez.
Yeah. Yeah, Brownlee? You talking about him?
Yeah.
Marquise Brownlee?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he seemed pretty cool. I've seen a couple of videos.
Yeah, and I don't even listen to him. No, nothing against him. It's just, he seems cool though. I just, I listen to small time people who gon' hopefully give honest opinions and their livelihood ain't based on YouTube.
You listen to D-Batch?
That boy D-Batch been proven wrong in a little bit.
Hey,
Going
man.
crazy.
Shout out to
Raising
D-
technology. Shout out to D-Batch, man.
Shout out to D-Batch, man. All right. Let's move on. Okay, what else we got? We got it's pretty much only thing that's left is the PlayStation Showcase. So we about to get into that. Before that, I should mention some Redfall images leaked. Redfall, the Xbox 4-player co-op shooter game. That some images from that leaked, and I gotta say, like when images leak, fanboys be going a little bit too crazy. Like I don't like when people act like, I understand, like, y'all got to get y'all jokes off for the console war, but it's a little bit too desperate and reachy for me when y'all purposely, when this is a leaked image from a very early test, damn well the game ain't gonna look like that.
It's not gonna look like that, bro. That joint looks
Then they zoom in.
The game literally doesn't even have all the graphical assets. The joint was literally in testing, right? You could see it's in testing, but dudes was like, they gotta do the comparisons. They was putting this early alpha testing of Redfall next to God of War, which is almost a finished product. I'm like, listen, y'all gotta stop this, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, I don't like when no side does it, right? I don't care if you PlayStation, Xbox. If you want to like compare finished products, compare finished products. But y'all out here like doing it to early testing phases of a game. Come on, man.
If you're a PlayStation fan, you ain't even got to do no shit like that. That's what's crazy.
I don't get it. Yeah,
like, you
I
good,
get
bro.
that,
Like,
yeah.
what we doing right now? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like I say it all the time. Like, listen, Xbox has a lot of things you can criticize them for. You don't gotta start reaching and making shit up. Just use the shit that they give you. There's no shortage of things to slander Xbox on.
Yeah.
Y'all don't gotta do this, bruh.
You ain't gotta make shit up.
Yeah, like, so I don't know. But console war. Gotta get them jokes off, I guess.
Man, whoever leaked that though, they get kissed a QA testing days. Goodbye. I mean, this is why average Joes don't get QA jobs. That's why they don't give it to them. Like, you gotta.
Yeah.
That's Tyreek Hill.
Okay. There was also, so let's talk about the PlayStation conference. That's all we got left.
Oh,
So that was
brother.
This topic
big
alone
thing.
could take 2 hours, so it's fine.
Yeah, this is the big thing during the week. So we got to preface by saying there was a lot of hype for this. industry, media members was saying, ready, get your buttholes ready and all this other shit, all this wild shit, get ready.
Who's saying this?
A bunch of media members, get your butthole
That
ready.
was one of the smaller YouTubers BG watch. I ain't hear that one.
I ain't hear that either.
It was crazy.
I need some receipts on who was hyping this up that big, BG.
I'll find
it was people hyping it. I don't know if somebody mentioned buttholes, but yeah, it was like
there was a lot of hype going into this.
From
it was more than
PlayStation
just
developers and media members. Everybody was saying like, yo, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the greatest show on earth. You don't
want to miss it.
Somebody said that.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you,
man.
it
was some people.
People said
David Jaffe was on his
David Jaffe. There were even PlayStation heads, talking about that. I never see tweet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean?
Herman,
just first party developers and stuff like that. Obviously the media and stuff like that. People, the insiders, quote unquote. Yeah, this one's gonna be big. Like, wow, you guys.
Saying it's big and saying it's the greatest show ever are two different.
Oh no, nobody said it was gonna be the greatest show ever.
But you know what I'm saying. Like, usually, I haven't seen. I don't remember the last time I saw like anybody that actually works at PlayStation, but like, yeah, get ready. Like I haven't seen that from like Play or even the media. Like
they were saying you don't want to miss it. Pretty much that was pretty much
like,
the sentiment. Like, make sure you tune in type shit.
Like the media usually tells you, listen, don't expect this. Temper your expectations. Relax. They were saying, yo, get ready, dog. This is about to blow your kufi off. Like that's what they was telling us. So I just want to put that out there. So it started with a little PlayStation trailer. You know how PlayStation does these these little epic commercial type trailers and everything like that, live action. And I just want to point out there that somebody found that there was a Los Illuminados symbol in the trailer.
What's that mean?
With Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
It's the family from Resident Evil 4, and they think that's PlayStation teasing. I don't think it's exclusivity. I don't think Capcom would ever do that, but something regarding PlayStation and Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I do think there's something to it, only because Resident Evil 4 launched on GameCube. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why that Los Illuminados symbol would be on a PlayStation trailer. I would feel like they're teasing something.
Well, they mocap RE8 at PlayStation. You remember that, right?
Oh, yeah, they did. Mm.
Yep.
So, yeah, there was a bunch of Easter eggs in that. Just wanted to point that out. So let's get into the actual show. I got the list of games. We're going to go in chronological order. So first was Knights of the Old Republic Remake. This is made by Aspyr Games, or Aspyr, and obviously Lucas. EA and BioWare have nothing to do with this. And it's nothing to do with this. I'm surprised you didn't hear about this. It's made by this studio, Aspyr, and it's a PS5 timed exclusive, and it's a big deal to a lot of people. Obviously, not to me because I never played the original, but it's a big deal because this was a game. The original was a game that's heavily associated with the Xbox. I don't even think it was on PlayStation.
No, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
And yeah, so this is a game that Xbox, I've always seen Xbox dudes for years. We want a remake for KOTOR. And, they literally always, it was a bunch of like Phil Spencer interviews where dudes will always ask Phil Spencer for it. And somehow PlayStation manages to get the rights to have it at least probably like a 1 year timed exclusive. And that's impressive. That's a big deal. What are your thoughts on this?
KOTOR was one of my favorite games growing up. Loved that game. Played it multiple times. A bit surprised BioWare has nothing to do with this, so that just killed my hype right there. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah.
I saw some people were happy about that because of BioWare's recent. Yeah, I saw a lot of people happy. Like they don't think BioWare should handle it.
Oh yeah, their recent stuff. Didn't they made the Mass Effect, the newest Mass Effect game, or I think
it was like the B team or whatever they were saying.
Oh, okay.
Then the A team did Anthem. So
who is making the game then? If it's not BioWare,
studio named Aspyr.
What have they done?
Oh,
remasters.
Aspyr.
Basically, just a bunch of remasters, ports, stuff like that.
Jesus! Don't fuck up another great
They
classic
have
game.
made I guess should say they have remade Star Wars Republic Commando, Ruby Definitive Edition, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and Civilization 6 Mobile. So yeah, remasters pretty much, I guess.
I'm worried about this game. God damn it!
You know what you need to be worried about? That they have a feminist who hates Star Wars repenning it.
No, are you?
It's a girl named Sam Maggs that writes My Little Pony books and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
She was asked in 2019 what her favorite Star Wars game was. Instead of just saying, Knights of the Old Republic, Rogue Squadron, Pod Racing, Battlefront, or something like that, she responds with not Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah. So you got somebody in charge right now that thinks the new Star Wars movies were great and that Anakin and all these other characters were trash, but that Rey was the most amazing character. And yeah, she's not a fan of these games at all. And when this game came out, when they first announced this whole game, the main thing that was being talked about with this character with the lightsaber to their face was, LGBT, they, them, gender fluid, and all other types of stuff. So I don't think this is going to be the type of game that you guys are thinking it might be. I could be wrong, but yeah.
What I'll say is that from an announcement standpoint, it was clutch. It was a nice chess move, perception-wise, because the games has been associated with Xbox. It's been one of the most requested remakes on the Xbox side. So from that point, I think it was a nice blow to Xbox fans. In reality, what it may turn out, it may not be that great, but just the announcement alone, as of right now, until the game becomes a reality, I think it was a nice way to open, especially after the chess trailer. So,
yeah, you guys have killed all hype for this game for me. This is one of the remakes that I was really looking forward to in my lifetime, and now I got to question everything.
So, is she the lead writer, or is she one of the writers? Because I think some people put a little bit too much weight into things, because remember when Alana Pierce announced that she was working at Santa Monica, niggas thought she was about to change the whole God of War genre and write the whole story. I'm like, y'all need to relax. She's a writer. It's not like she's gonna be telling Cory Barlog, or rather Eric Williams now, exactly what to do. So people put a little bit too much weight on some people joining a studio.
She's the only writer that I've been hearing about so far. I haven't heard any.
One person, they could possibly run a project though.
Yeah.
If they not kept in check, they could definitely ruin some.
Yeah, but that's why there's checks and balances.
Apparently, she's married to one of the developers at BioWare or something. So she's sort of well known in the industry in a way too. So I'm sure she would have some type of pull and power over that.
This is Kathleen Kennedy all over again. Oh my God.
I mean, listen, that's just me though. I don't worry too much about individual people like that. Like if it was maybe the creative director or something like that, then maybe. But I'm not putting too much power into a writer completely ruining a game. That's just me. Because if the creative director is really that guy, he's not gonna allow any type of bullshit that shouldn't be there to ruin the game. Just saying. So
I hope so. I'll look forward to the gameplay then. If the gameplay is good, then I'll be hyped again. But right now, I'm done.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, it's a timed PS5 exclusive. BioWare and EA not involved. It's being rebuilt from the ground up, overhauled visuals. It's their most ambitious project, but as you saw, they haven't worked on anything, really crazy. And but they did say industry vets from KOTOR, from the old KOTOR, and other developers who've worked on some other RPGs are also working on this. So that's good.
Okay, that's good news. Thank God.
Yeah. Okay.
So if we see people start leaving, be trepidatious.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. So next game.
I want to get my thoughts on this.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
First of all, banger of an announcement. Unfortunately, the after effects are terrible because it's not only that this woman is on the project. You know how Disney is, and you know how Disney is with Star Wars. So while the announcement is a straight banger, the after effects kind of diminish it.
I get you. Yeah, I get you. Okay. Next on this PlayStation show was Project Eve by Shift Up's, the studio named Shift Up. It's an action adventure hack and slash type of brawler. It reminded people mostly of like Bayonetta or Nier. This game looked okay. It didn't really do anything
Project
for me.
Eve?
What did I say?
Shift Up. What you
No, I
say?
said the studio name it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the
What you
studio
call the
name
game
is
then?
Shift Up. Project Eve. I think I said
All right.
Project Eve.
I didn't hear you say it. My bad.
Yeah, Project Eve, and it's a action adventure hack and slash brawler similar to Bayonetta or Nier. At least that's what it reminded people mostly of.
It's actually not. It's more like if you look at it from a combat standpoint, sure, it has like the little dodging mechanics if you dodge at the right time, but it looked more like a Souls game more than anything.
It did.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Like it had it had its little set pieces or cutscenes or whatever that were more Devil May Cry Bayonetta-ish, but from a like just pure gameplay standpoint, it was more Souls than it was hack and slasher.
Yeah,
I think that has a lot to do with like the camera angle that it was at. It was like really close in, a lot of parrying, blocking, stuff like that.
Yeah. But this was another game that really didn't do nothing for me. Like, it didn't look bad, but it didn't look like anything amazing that I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure I'm picking this up at launch. Because as y'all know, I didn't like Bayonetta. I think Bayonetta is garbage. And I didn't like Nier Automata either. So
how? This isn't like those though.
Okay, but I'm just saying that. I mean, that's what people are
It
comparing
put them
it
in
to.
the same type of mood of them games, though.
And it just looks and reminds me of those. It may play differently. I gotta see. But based on what I've seen and what they've shown, it's nothing I'm impressed about. Nothing I'm like, oh yeah, this was something great. Just wasn't it for me. It didn't do anything for me. It just looks okay.
It reminded me of. Go ahead.
It kind of reminded me of the Not Devil May Cry. The Metal Gear Solid game, Revengeance. It kind of reminded me of Revengeance also. Revengeance, yeah, it was good, but like I said, it wasn't like, I thought Revengeance was average. You know,
It reminds me of Lost Soul aside. Like it doesn't look like it's quite there yet, but there is potential that I see in those projects. So a little
I
bit
forgot
more
about
time,
Lost
I
Soul
guess.
aside. I'm surprised I wasn't there.
So did PlayStation.
Yeah, I
And
agree with BG. It does look like a good game. The lead character looks really good, but ultimately it looks average to me. Like you're doing basic dodging and parrying. Sure, it all looks good, but it's not something I'm excited for.
Yeah. Anybody else thoughts? Project Eve?
I think it's good. I think it looks good enough for it to be a wait and see at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my bad.
Go Smooth. No, you're good.
No, I was saying I thought it was that game looked kind of heat. Looking forward to seeing more of it.
Yeah, that game was actually announced in 2019. If you guys were following it that far back,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's also coming to
actually
the
think
Xbox and PC as well.
Okay.
I actually think the character models look
Wait,
really
Wait,
good.
what? It is?
Yeah, it's coming to Xbox and PC.
Oh,
You-
you would have thought the
you-
pick was exclusive. What they showed.
You see, but that's the thing. You know, PlayStation, well, anybody is not going to actually tell you another game
Yeah,
is
yeah,
coming
yeah,
to any
yeah.
platforms at their show. They're going to let you find that out on your own.
I just
'cause they
assumed
want
it
you
was
to-
exclusive, but I don't know. It seemed like a PlayStation game, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Next game. Next game was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This is coming out March 25th, 2022. And yeah, we're getting into like real filler type shit I did not want to see at a PlayStation show territory, because that's what this whole midsection of well, honestly, for me, the whole beginning and midsection of this, showcase was. But see, and Tiny Tina is a great character in my opinion. Like I heard, like I was listening to Press Start, I heard Alex say that like Tiny Tina is a bad character nobody likes. I don't know where he got that from. Tiny Tina is a fan favorite. That's that's why she has this. Well, I don't know if it's standalone or DLC, whatever it is. That's why she has it.
I think it's a
she's
full game.
Yeah.
It's a full game, dude. $70.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is
man.
I had
hell
no,
no.
bro. I thought this was like just some.
No, this is
Wow.
an actual brand new game.
Oh, it's
Supposed
a
to
whole
be.
new game, BG.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on the
bruh.
yeah. They want $70 for that bad boy.
I thought it was just a Borderlands 3 like expansion.
No, sir.
Oh, that's crazy. That's great.
She
yeah,
a fan favorite, man. Yeah, she got to.
But
get
yeah,
that.
she's a fan favorite. But I'm not. I didn't like the Borderlands 3 starting character types. I just didn't like them. I thought 2's was way better. And what, even though I like Tiny Tina as a character, still I understand you got third party obligations, pay some bills and all that. This is not something that impressed me at a PlayStation show that I'm trying to see at a PlayStation show. And how do y'all feel about that?
Should have been in an email.
Exactly. I'm
Yep.
with BG. A common thing you're gonna see with the next 30 or so minutes BG mentioning is that the shit should. I understand you want to call it the PlayStation Showcase, but I feel like honestly they should have cut a lot of this shit out, man, and called it if they would have called us a state of play, showed the first 3 games, showed the last 3 games, niggas would have been busting nuts like, oh my god, PlayStation just did that in 15 minutes. Microsoft can't do that in fucking 6 years, bro. People would have been going crazy, but they showed all this extra dumbass shit that nobody give a fuck about, bro. Didn't nobody want to see this game, bro? And it was already announced. I can see if this was a brand new announcement. We ain't never seen it. That was another problem, bro. We already seen all this shit, bro. We seen most of the shit they showed in the middle. They might want to see all that, bro.
Yeah. So after Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, there was Forspoken. I'm not mad at this, right? So Forspoken is coming out spring 2022. You know, Square Enix game. Luminous Productions, and so Forspoken looks good, but I'm not blown away. The most impressive thing they've shown me with this game is like the traversal and the movement. Like you see her like dashing across like these landscapes and almost like, I wouldn't say she's flying. She's like just running and gliding through the air. So the traversal is the most impressive thing, but like the combat hasn't blown me away. The
dialogue.
The dialogue can be cringy sometimes.
Corny,
it doesn't seem
bro.
like it doesn't seem like it always fits. So I'm not convinced about, you know, with Forspoken. I'm not. I haven't seen enough. You know, and what they've shown just hasn't been it for me. So that's how I feel about that.
Let me ask y'all a question too, though, about that Forspoken. I feel like y'all watched the trailer, right? I feel like the game was more interesting when she was in the regular world.
Big
like,
time.
I want to see how that story played out. Motherfuckers stomping their ears together and shit. I'm trying to see how she, you know, I don't know, man. Then she went to this mystical fucking.
There was a cat walking around on the street.
Yeah, I want to see what the cat had going on, man. What's all this extra shit?
And she, you know, she dashing across these landscapes, and the landscape looked completely empty. It's just open terrain, like nothing's there.
That shit looked like a canceled Final Fantasy game that they gave another name. It was like,
well, it is made by the people that made FF15.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. It looked like a throwaway game that they was like, fuck it, let's just give it a title and put this bitch out. Like,
It's definitely giving like tech demo vibes. It is.
Yes.
Wasn't this game showed as a tech demo? Like,
yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, Project Athia, yeah.
And I always say, I don't trust games that start out with the title project. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like,
yeah, I agree. Like Project Mara, when people start calling games projects, it's more of a tech demo kind of.
That's so you can't roast them when they come out the full game. Like, bruh, it was a project at first. You can't be. It's a passion project. You can't. They do that shit
because, like, I feel like when games are in development, I feel like they establish the name kind of early, or like they at least have a working title, right? So project to me makes it feel like it was never intended to be a game at first, and then like you figure out the game later.
Low key.
So I'm skeptical about that too. Like I'm not blown away by Forspoken. It's just okay. Well, it's another wait and see.
Hey Jack, I heard
actually like the look of it.
I heard your girl Amy Hennig was writing the story for.
She is. You know what's great? I heard the dialogue and I'm like, why is she talking to us? That's kind of cringe. And then when I heard Amy Hennig was one of the main writers, I'm like, that kind of makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of her writing style. So
yeah,
I see where they got that from now.
Yeah. It's Amy Hennig and Gary Whitta who wrote Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One, I believe they said.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or?
Star Wars Rogue One. I still haven't. That's the only Star Wars movie I actually haven't seen, but people said it's really good.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the best of the new gen, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's literally an isekai. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Are you speaking English languages?
Yeah, I was Isekai. What are you talking
What
about?
the fuck you say, bro?
Oh man, you guys don't watch anime? All right, let me fall back.
I mean,
Oh no, I got you.
I
Understood what
watch
you said.
anime, but I don't speak Japanese.
yeah, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, it's like when a character goes from their world to like a fancy setting.
Oh, okay.
That's what they call it. Call it isekai.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
Oh, so I was like,
Put a
isekai,
hex on
okay.
me.
Oh man, this you too advanced. You speaking that weeb language, like
I'm
that
saying,
terminology,
bro.
like
hey man, I'm out here.
Then
you
try to look at
watching?
us crazy. We ain't know what you was talking about.
we
This dude
normies,
crazy.
bro. You know they call us normies out here.
Dude is insane.
Yeah. They said the main locations are New York and Athia. That's the land she goes to. So I don't know if like the game goes between, you go back to New York after you get to Athia, like it goes back and forth. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
The whole premise of it, like, kind of seems like something out of a early 2000s Disney show, like Disney movie, like Twitches back in the day or something like that. Like, just seems off. But I like the look of the game, honestly.
Yeah. It's very Lion, the Witch in the Wardrobe, or, Harry Potter getting on the train to go to, fuck wizard school, like one of those type things. Okay.
PG, you should probably change the poll to see if people liked it or didn't like the conference.
Okay, I'll add that. Let me do that right now, right after the next game. So the next game, Rainbow Six Extraction. Ooh wee.
I got so angry.
So Rainbow Six Extraction, if you don't know, is some generic Rainbow Six Siege spinoff, because that's Ubisoft's bag right now, generic spinoffs and generic games in general, where you're just shooting aliens or infected hordes, something like that. I really don't care. It's generic. It's not good. And bro, I think this was easily one of the most disappointing things that they had the nerve to show us. They showed this, I can't remember when at what conference, but it wasn't that long ago. It looked bad then. It looks bad now. And I was like, are y'all serious? Nobody cares about this game. Nobody. And y'all wasting more time in the middle of this conference showing us Rainbow Six Extraction. Cool.
Yeah, Sony smoking dick for that one.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was surprised that was there.
Just complete waste of time. After
Cringe.
that, Alan Wake remastered.
Oh my god.
More waste of time. Okay.
Well, all right. To be fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was supposed to be one of the big announcements had it not leaked. It was the way
That's
that
true.
it was
That's
pulled
true.
off,
That's true.
That was going to be our first time seeing it, and it would have been another big blow, like the Kotar announcement, because first time on PlayStation, and from that point we would have known at that point that it was only on like PlayStation and PC. But the leak kind of ruined that.
Alan Wake is not a big blow.
But
Sam,
not
it was
anymore.
always associated with Xbox. I see what some moves saying with that one.
But hold on, it okay. We got the rumors, right? But Sam Lake announced. So you think he only confirmed it because it leaked? You don't think he was going to do that anyway?
Yeah, okay. The way that because remember it showed up on stories and it started to trend. And so, when they officially revealed that, like before the PlayStation showcase, they didn't show any screens, no video, no nothing. They just confirmed it.
I agree with Smooth on this one.
Even if it didn't leak, I still don't like Alan Wake. Alan Wake was never that guy when he was relevant. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy the game, but he was never that guy. So is this really a blow?
It was still viewed as an Xbox like game, pretty much. So
yeah.
Smooth got a point with that. What he do?
The point is what Xbox had in more or less its heyday is now Sony's.
Yes.
It's like when the 360 came out and all these games like Final Fantasy, Grand Theft Auto, Tekken, all those games started coming on Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, I think something like Sunset Overdrive would have been more powerful than something like Alan Wake. That's over a decade.
I mean, they both would be there to accomplish the same goal, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess
it's an optics thing at the end of the day. Even if
Yeah.
the game is shit, it don't matter if it's associated with Xbox and you got it now. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So by the way, Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Extraction, that's January 2022. Nobody cares anyway, but just to put that out there. Alan Wake Remastered, that's October 5th of this year.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard about Alan Wake Remastered, I even saw a couple of screenshots. I'm like, all right, I see they did a little bit to it. But that trailer, bro, it didn't really
do
look
it
that much.
justice.
No, it really didn't. Well, I don't know if it did it just. I'm thinking it don't look too much better. Like, I thought it was gonna look a little bit better than that, but I guess not.
Yeah. After that, we got Grand Theft Auto 5.
Bruh. 8-year-old game.
Oh god!
You know what's crazy, BG? People that be roasting people playing old ass games, they was fucking I seen a lot of motherfuckers really, fucking with this. I'm like, bro, you will be the same one telling us not to play this shit, bro. But like, I don't know, man.
Listen, this
shit is crazy.
It's GTA 5. See, I can understand. Like, remember when after PS3 and 360. When because those were honestly bad versions. They weren't great versions of GTA 5
versions.
Yeah, they honestly were. So after that point, when we were getting like PS4 and Xbox One versions and the PC version, I completely understand that excitement. But after that point, no, nobody should be excited. There's no reason for you to be excited about this anymore. I don't, because doesn't the PS4 version run at 60 frames? Maybe.
No,
it doesn't.
No.
Does this version?
I would only hope so and this is another one, bro. They hyping this shit up, bro. It don't look better to me. Like, what the hell?
Wait, the PS4 versions were 60 frames?
Hell no.
No, they weren't. I thought they might have been.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So they just look better. Okay.
Yeah, it looked better, but shit.
And the thing is, for me, it's like if you played the PC version, that's the definitive version.
That's all you needed.
Yeah. So this PS5 version, this Xbox version, this new Xbox, it means nothing to you.
You know what's crazy about this version? They never confirmed this one run at 60 frames. I hope it do. I can only assume that it does.
Could you imagine if it does? It got to have an option. I was
bro, the way that joint looked, and if it didn't, and they stealth delayed the game. I don't know if you saw that.
You know what's even crazier? When this game got announced for PC, everybody was like, "Oh, why do you care? This game's old. We already played this." Remember they put petitions to cancel the game on PC?
Oh,
nah.
Yeah.
And then they bought the game on PS4. Do you know they're gonna buy it on PS5? You know it's gonna sell millions on PS5.
The PS4 version is the worst version. It got a lot of glitches in the PS4 version. Trophies glitched. The game is glitched. That shit trash.
Yeah, bro. I truly don't get it. Like,
You saw the dislikes that video got when they put it on the PlayStation channel?
Oh, did it?
GTA
it got like 22,000 dislikes. Excuse me, likes, and then 80,000 dislikes.
Wow, like, bro,
people are fed up.
You eventually become the villain.
So like GTA hasn't become like Skyrim, like as a meme at this point, where we expect Skyrim to be on everything. But
people are annoyed. Yeah. People are annoyed. Yeah, they're like, imagine people being mad at a GTA game, and that's happening because people are just tired of it, bro. Like, this is it. Like, don't show us no more.
It's time for a new one, bro. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, it's definitely time for a new one. But if it's like if this one's selling like crazy, like they're gonna keep.
I understand why not make a new one. I mean, shit, they ain't got to. But
yeah,
you know what? It's not even that they keep putting it on the new consoles. It's the fact that it's still being advertised like this. Like bro, it should be an email. GTA 5 new versions. Don't showcase this thing like it's a new game when it's been on like. Come on, man.
Another reason they get away with this, because a lot of people, even though they like to fake the funk, a lot of these dudes ain't really they start gaming maybe in the 360 era, right? They don't remember when we used to get a new multiple Rockstar games a year. We used to get a new GTA game every year. We had the same motherfucker for 8
We got 3 games in PS2.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but the production value has gone up.
Oh, yeah.
They gotta take their time.
Dropped, like, they did GTA 3, they did State of Emergency, Midnight Club, and there was a Midnight Club almost every year, too.
But look, though.
They did smaller projects like that. Didn't they even make a pool game? Ping pong or something?
Yeah, top spin or
table tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, still though, bro. Like 8 years, bro. That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
geez.
Skyrim
Hey
doing it
man, we
next.
haven't got a new 2K game since 2013.
Which one?
It was a joke. I mean,
Oh,
like
okay.
they've
I'm
all
about to
been the
say, what
same since 2013. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Yeah,
I
there you
get
go.
what you're saying. Yeah, it's just okay.
Oh, that was the last good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, it's been the
2K,
same
yeah.
game. I get you. So yeah, GTA 5, and then let's see. After that, so GTA 5, that version's coming out March 2022, and then we got Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Bruh, I don't understand. Well, I can't even say I don't understand. I really haven't seen any hype for this game like that. I saw some people
Well,
interested.
that's the first time they showed it, really. Well, they had a trailer
Oh, it
before,
is?
but that was like that's pretty much they've shown it before, but this is the most in depth we've seen with the game.
And I'm like, I don't know what this game is. Even from looking at the trailer, I don't know what it is. I'm not impressed. I'm not interested.
It looks fucking horrible, bro. Like all that Bethesda to Xbox shit aside, the game looks bad, bro. It does. You fight motherfuckers without heads, and it's just an Asian dude running around screaming with some black shit on his face. Like I don't know what are we trying to what is I thought it was a horror game at first, right? But the shit wasn't scary. Like it wasn't even creepy. Like I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with this shit, bro.
It's weirdo. It's weirdo. Like just you know when games just be different just to be different. That's what I feel about this game, bro. Like it's.
Is it trying to have a message? Like what? Well, I guess they'll tell us. But what's the overall point of this motherfucker? For real, for real. I don't get it.
Like it just doesn't look fun. It doesn't look interesting. No interest whatsoever in this. So at this point, let's see. We are 1, 2, 3, 4.
And all these games were in a
5,
row, people,
6,
that they did this
7,
shit in. That's what people not
8.
realizing.
We're 8 games in, and so far, I'm not impressed with anything. I'm not really impressed with anything. It's just everything is just ass. I don't want to see that. Or so far 8 games in. Okay.
At this point in the show, I just gave one nod to Project Eve. Everything else was a pass.
What is this like? This like a good 20 minutes in. We looking like
Yeah.
this the
Project
showcase.
Eve,
Like
at
huh?
this point, Project Eve and Coder.
Okay. Listen,
No.
I respect.
But some
Coder.
some people fuck with them too. So I can. dig
I
it.
respect Coder. I respect what it is, but it's not something I'm excited for.
Yeah, well, it didn't
Right?
tickle your fancy.
Did you
so
play
weren't
the
really
first
fucking-
one?
No, that's why I said I can't be
why.
hyped for something that I never played the original.
People look at Knights of the Old Republic like other people look at Final Fantasy VII on PS1.
I understand that.
Deadass.
Yeah, I respect that now. So I'm not a Star Wars dude, but I respect
Exactly.
The announcement.
But
I
I'm not-
wasn't mad at that. I wasn't mad.
I'm not gonna be like these, like these Bethesda dudes who never cared about Bethesda games and suddenly it's on PS5. Like, oh yeah, Knights of the Old Republic. Like, I'll be frauding. So I can't be.
Are you sure? Is that to get smooth? I don't.
No,
care about these
no, I'm just
Bethesda
saying in
games
general.
until-
No, that was a big mentality that got spread the second they bought Bethesda.
Yeah. So
all of a sudden,
I'm not-
people started going back and playing every Bethesda game to make it seem like they were lifelong fans and everything.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to pretend like I've been this Coder fan. Like I'm not. Like I'm interested to see if it's a game maybe I would like when I see it, but I'm not going to pretend right now.
I replayed both of them this year.
Next game after Ghostwire Tokyo, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Bro.
Ass.
I don't know why some people are hyping up this game.
No, not at all.
So it's gonna be as bad as Avengers?
No, it won't be as bad as Avengers because it's a standard game and not one of
It's
those.
a story, driven game.
Oh,
okay. Single player.
It just looks corny to me. I don't know what it is about that game.
It's very corny. I mean,
All this shit was in a row, people. I know
Yep.
y'all heard this shit. Come on, man.
Yep.
on,
That's 9 games in. That's 9 games in. We like maybe 20, 25 minutes in. Not impressed. Like it's 9 games now. Okay.
Paul,
After-
what don't you like about Guardians of the Galaxy? It could be a good game.
It doesn't. It
Not
just
for-
doesn't impress.
You know what,
For
too,
what?
though, Bond? When you look at like the Insomniac Marvel games and then look at some shit like this in Avengers, like I don't know, man.
It reminds me of Deadpool for one. You remember you probably don't remember the Deadpool game.
I remember that. Activision.
No.
It just reminded me of the Deadpool game, which was like kind of bare. Like it was just bare. It was just an
Well, that
average
was like a shovelware game too, though. That wasn't.
That's
even
what
no
I'm
real,
saying. Like it doesn't have like that quality that quality to it, man. It doesn't look like that. And like you don't actually, I forgot how it plays. You don't actually control all the Guardians. You control Star-Lord and like you give commands. You kind of like. So no, it just doesn't look fun. It doesn't look good. It doesn't. It's like, you know, and I know looks ain't the most important, but like Star-Lord looks like a douchebag junior varsity football nigga. Like
he looks like a Twitch streamer.
Damn. Like
that's hilarious.
Why is this man hair slick back like this, bro? Like
why you say that?
Okay.
I think the game has a chance, but is it the same people that did? I know Square Enix is publishing it, but is this Crystal Dynamics making this, or is it somebody else?
Eidos Montreal.
Deus Ex guys.
Eidos. Ew.
Exactly.
They made the last Tomb Raider game, yo.
Exactly. Eidos Montreal are not those guys at Eidos. Okay, they're not those guys. So
they had 2 bad games. They've just really been making Deus Ex.
And like Jack said, even though I haven't gotten to the Spider-Man games yet, clearly the standard has risen with those Spider-Man games compared to all the other superhero games that we're getting now. Even in, it kind of reminded me of like an Xbox 360 PS3 game visually at some points too.
Oh, Splendor.
I'm serious.
Yes, it didn't have enough. This is the guy that said Demon's Souls on PS5 looked worse or some bullshit.
No, I said the atmosphere. I wasn't talking about graphical fidelity. But I'm serious. I didn't think this game looked visually great.
I mean, it doesn't. It's not.
It doesn't.
My thing is, why did Marvel go to Square Enix to handle all these Marvel properties like Avengers?
Have a contract.
They're a big studio too.
They fumbled the bag, man.
Yeah,
and Avengers is in the negative. They like 60 M's in the hole for that shit.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy though about Guardians of the Galaxy? I wouldn't be surprised if that game was originally intended to be a live service like Marvel's, but after the backlash, they changed that shit up. Because Guardians got how many people are part of that squad? 5. It sort of makes sense for it to be some sort of co-op experience for that IP.
Yes, that is
true. So I don't know. I think it may show when the game finally releases. You'll see that it's probably not as good as it could have been because of. I feel like they probably changed it after the whole Avengers fallback. But
well, Guardians of the Galaxy comes out October 26th. If you're interested,
that joint come out mad soon too, and we just heard about this game out of nowhere.
So this is we're up to the 10th game now. This is the 10th game. Next, Vampire: The Masquerade Blood Hunt. What?
I actually have a real world friend that actually worked on that game, so I'm not going to trash it.
Oh wow!
I know nobody who plays these games. Nobody.
Somebody tweeted me that played these games, and they said this game is disappointing to them. This new one.
I was interested until I found out it was a battle royale.
Is it?
I didn't even know that.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, that Blood Hunt game. I think that's connected in some way.
Yeah. We're 10, 11 games in, and this is the conference people are mad at me for giving a 4 so far. All right, cool. Let's keep going. BG's out of his mind.
The pacing was fucking horrible, bro.
BG's out of his mind, but 10, 11 games in, we're looking at nothing but mid. All right, let's keep going. Deathloop.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god.
All these games was in a row, people. I know y'all. Oh my god.
We out of our mind though, Jack. What are we talking about?
Bro, all they had to do, and they could have shown all these games still. All they had to do, start with the shit they started with, end with some of the shit they ended with, put something in the middle, bro. You got to make bro, if this was a sandwich, this bitch would be horrible. Imagine if you ate a sandwich and the bread was delicious, but it had shit in the middle of it. Is that a good sandwich? Like, come on, man.
And the thing with these trailers is that it seemed like all the worst games that we've seen at this point were the longest trailers. It seemed like Deathloop went on for like 6 to 7 minutes.
It's like it was a damn diary damn. They're like, bro, we don't care about this fucking game, bro.
Deathloop has to be the most over-marketed, over-advertised game in recent memory, bro. Like,
They got
They've shown
Future on the soundtrack, all this extra.
They've shown so much of this game, and it's like the more they showed, it's like the less you want to see it.
The worse it looks.
Yeah, we were actually comparing the first trailer to the most recent one, and it kind of looks worse in a way. Like they got rid of some of the stylized art style of the original trailer.
This is crazy.
And just so people know, I was sent a review code, and you know, like what was so weird about it? The way I was sent a review code, it was strange to me because they sent me the review code almost like it was some no-name indie game. That was the first red flag to me. I was like, why are y'all sending me this hair? Like someone just, like how dudes just be like, dumping quarters into the panhandler down the street, like here. That's how they sent me the code. Like, huh? This is supposed to be a big game. Why are y'all just tossing this at me like, hold this real quick? So, but I was like, I ain't gonna pay attention to that. And the embargo is on wait, no, it's not tomorrow. It is tomorrow. The embargo is
the
tomorrow
game coming on Tuesday.
Because it comes out. The embargo is up the day before it comes out. Sometimes that's a red flag. Not always. I can't really speak on the game because I don't want them after my ass, even though they probably ain't gonna watch this. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And look, I've been feeling very jaded about certain games. Like I said, a lot of games just ain't been hitting for me. I could be in a gaming funk. That could possibly be it. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised when these reviews come out that let's just say this game didn't deserve all the marketing it got.
BG, I tried to tell you something was looking spooky about this game. You ain't want to listen though. I was hyped for the game at first, man.
Yeah, they had that fire music in the trailer and everything.
You about to be blacklisted by Bethesda and Ubisoft?
Hey,
is that what I'm hearing?
Maybe.
That's what it takes, man.
So, can you say where do you imagine this game's Metacritic to be at?
Oh, okay. So we could do Metacritic predictions right now. I would say, if my feelings about this game are accurate, and like I said, I could be totally off. Maybe it's just and I'm a Dishonored fan, right? You're a Dishonored fan too, Jack. I beat both the games.
Absolutely.
And this game is like, you know what it feels like? It feels like it started as Dishonored 3, but they realized like, okay, this was obviously before they got purchased by Xbox. So they couldn't really make Dishonored 3 because Dishonored 2 flopped. So they had to make another IP just like Dishonored, but named differently and plays slightly differently and is on a smaller budget. That's honestly what this game feels like to me and looks like.
I mean, that's kind of what it is if you think about it, though. Yeah, pretty much.
So if my feelings are correct, I could be completely off. I would say at best a low 80. High 70.
I think it'll get a 73.
Low 80 ain't that bad.
I think people typically respect this team. I think they're gonna get I think it'll be like a good 82.
People do respect
People were praising
Arkane.
it on the preview.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, so it's like out of respect, I think it's gonna get like an 82. It may not be like I don't know. I have trouble with their games typically, so.
Oh yeah, this is a roguelike game too. You remember all the motherfuckers that was running around. What's a roguelike game? I don't want to play Returnal. Yep. That's rogue. So this is a roguelike game too. So if you're capping for this, just know that.
Yep,
you die,
it is definitely roguelike.
Yep. Yeah, maybe now you got to restart the game.
And what's funny is they don't really advertise it as a roguelike game. Like they tell you like, oh, it's a time loop game. They don't really like try to explain that it's roguelike in that manner.
Well, that term kind of turned people off too. If you think
exactly.
Yeah, motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that. When you die, you got to restart. I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like the 12th game, Death Loop, that nobody wanted to see. We did not need to see this game again. That's coming out like Tuesday, like I said. The next was Kid A Amnesia Exhibition, which is it has something to do with a Radiohead album. It's not even an actual game. Am I getting this right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's not a game, but I know Radiohead is associated with it.
You know when you used to listen to music on like Windows Media Player and it'll have like the shit in the background reacting to the music? I think that's what type of shit, like it's like a visual experience type shit.
Oh, look, this Radiohead announces Kid A Amnesia. It's a virtual exhibition.
Yep.
Like, what? This is what?
And they announced this. They didn't even show what the fuck it was. We just supposed to assume what, like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how the fuck are y'all giving this a 9?
The trailer was literally a camera panning into a hallway, and then with a light at the end, and then the trailer ends.
Yeah, it was a red floor with some pictures on the wall.
Why are you showing this at a PlayStation show? Like, you gotta understand, when you show something, it's supposed to be something that's like demonstrable, like, you know, like people can understand what it is. If nobody explained anything to you about what this was, you would have no fucking idea. None. I don't know. I know this is a lost art. Trailers are supposed to tell you what the game is about, or if it is a game.
You know what I'm more impressed about? That BG could actually use a word like demonstrable.
Yeah, I thought it was demonstratable.
Oh my god.
Those are two different situations you're trying to say.
Y'all got to keep in mind, before this conference started, some of those PlayStation executives, they were like, "Be prepared, be very prepared, prepare yourself," and
Like,
then we get stuff like this, like 30 minutes in.
Mind you, Jack, we are like 14 games in at this point, or virtual experiences. I guess
it get worse.
Okay. This is the 9 out of 10 y'all want me to give it. Okay. Next we have Tachia.
Fire.
Okay, this is a cool one.
This was the little Hawaiian game of the girl that can possess animals and fly around.
I think the T is silent, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, whatever. It's a tropical open world adventure game. You can climb, glide, swim, sail your sailboat around. And it's a physics-driven sandbox. And I think, like you said, she can take control of animals.
Yeah.
So that's what Chia or Tachia is.
New announcement, indie title. I like it.
Yep. Second game of the show that I gave a thumbs up to. Definitely looking forward to that one.
And, you know, okay. Something that I'm not going to say looks like trash, but nothing I'm into. Like, does this look like it lines up with anything that y'all think I would like? No.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Okay, so we about 14 games in and still nothing. All right. But BG, you being too harsh. BG, you're out of your mind. What do you know, yada, yada, yada. Okay. After Tachia, okay, now we're getting into first party pretty much. After they did a 14 game advertisement for third party, essentially third party filler. Okay. First was in the first party segment, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves. This is Uncharted 4 and Uncharted Lost Legacy coming to PC, and the upgrade coming to PS5 early 2022.
I got a lot of shit to say about this. If y'all will allow me.
That's not a good announcement.
If y'all will allow me, really quick. I just want to say, PlayStation has lost their motherfucking minds. Now, first of all, this is a PlayStation showcase. If I'm a primary PlayStation gamer, I don't want to hear about PC. Point blank. Period. That's the first thing. Secondly, if this upgrade is not free, if it's not under $10, PlayStation lost their motherfucking mind. You patch Ratchet and Clank 2016 PS5 patch for free. Days Gone PS5 patch for free. Horizon Zero Dawn PS4 patch for free. There has been, I can keep going, right? All these games got patched for free. The only reason they're charging for this fucking game is because they're putting it on PC. How the fuck you gonna penalize me for putting the game on PC? Have you lost your fucking mind? And on top of that, if you look at the trailer, it don't look no better. What the fuck did you remaster? It has a better frame rate. It's nothing remastered. They done lost their fucking mind. I'm not buying that bullshit. It better be free. They done lost their motherfucking mind, bro. Ain't nobody buying that shit. What the fuck?
This old game. This is an older title, right? It's not like it's a late PS4 game. So yeah, it should be free. I don't know why
Jack,
it's not.
I think you guys are probably going to play pay like full price for this game. They said it's
I'm
coming
not
out.
buying. I'm not buying. They crazy, bruh. And this is what irks the fuck out of me, especially with Naughty Dog. People be asking Naughty Dog, where the patch, bro? Where the 60 frame per second patch, bro? They're mum's the word. They're quiet, right? Now you want to charge me $70 to patch 2 games? That shit, all you gotta do is unlock the frame rate. This is the same shit Guerrilla Games. At least they gave it to us for free. Bro, I'm not buying this, bro. I already still got. Matter of fact, I already got them 2 games physically. They gave both of them away on PS Plus, and they gave away Uncharted on the PlayStation Plus collection on PS5. So everybody that owns a PS5 owns this goddamn game. So you mean to tell me instead of giving us a free fucking frame rate patch, you gonna charge us $70 for 2 games you done gave us 2 or 3 times over? Have you lost your fucking mind? I'm not buying this shit, bro. They done got me all the way fucked up. Now I just paid a $10 upgrade fee to get this nigga Jin Sakai lips moving correctly, right? I'm tired of getting finessed. I'm tired, okay? I'm done.
Banger announcement.
I wouldn't say
the
banger.
whole slate.
I wouldn't say banger announcement for me.
Oh no, it's a banger. Continue to bring the whole slate.
No, that's not.
I'm happy that Naughty Dog's putting a game on PC because, like I said, when your Tractions comes out, whenever it is, it will be on PC.
See, okay,
you will be playing multiplayer with terrorists.
Right, sir. By the way, this
announcement.
This is not going to have the multiplayer portion. It looks like I didn't expect it to, but so this is not a banger for me because I've said it multiple times. Uncharted 4 is not in my top Uncharted games. If I had to do it off the top of my head, from best to worst, it's Uncharted 2, Uncharted 2, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Uncharted probably would put even one before 4, then Uncharted 4, then Uncharted 3.
All right, BG. Now you just talking.
I'm dead ass.
I'm gonna be real. Uncharted 4, personally, this is kind of contradictory. I do think Uncharted 4 is one of the best Uncharted games, but with me saying that, it does not have a high replay value in my opinion. That's just because of the way the game plays. I don't. You don't get a gun into Chapter
4
8.
has multiplayer, right?
I'm talking about as far as single player. I'm not talking about.
No, I'm saying it has multiplayer.
Yeah,
right?
it does. Yeah.
Multiplayer going to be in this remaster, remake,
No,
whatever?
no
idea.
Only.
No idea.
They haven't said anything about that. This is single player.
Well, we don't know. Both of those games share the same online too. So
but look, when they remastered Uncharted 1 through 3, they didn't include the multiplayer. I don't know why they would do it now.
They did not. But the Uncharted 4 online, it's not really active. I was about to lie. People still play it, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do it now. And listen, do I absolutely want to play Uncharted Lost Legacy on PC? Yes. So I absolutely will be getting that. Uncharted 4? There's parts of Uncharted 4 I really enjoyed. Uncharted 4 is the only Uncharted game I have not platinumed. It's the only Uncharted game I did not beat more than once. That's how strongly I dislike that game. Every other one,
it's a great game. I can understand why you feel like that, but I think it's a great game.
You can't even. Okay, let me be clear. Let me not say I disliked it. I didn't like it like that.
You don't like the pacing. That's pretty much what you don't like.
The pacing is ass, and a lot of other things. I hate that. There was a bunch of levels I hated. Yeah, it's just not it for me. So I'm not excited about Uncharted 4. And once again, and even though I want to play Lost Legacy on PC, it's still just an old game being ported to PC and the better versions of PS5. So to me, this is not a banger. Still not a banger for me. It's cool. It's good.
Banger.
The reason I say that you're probably going to have to end up paying at least $39.99 for this collection is because if it was just a frame rate boost, I don't think
they would have said it. They would.
Yeah, and we wouldn't be waiting for 2022 for this game to come out. They would have just dropped it right now.
Let me ask y'all a question though. For people that played the first Uncharted and Lost Legacy, Uncharted 4. Just judging by this trailer, it did I think J-Main did a video, great video by the way. It didn't say featuring ray tracing or enhanced 4K. It didn't say anything. It just looked like it had a better frame rate. I saw nothing that would, you know what I mean. Actually, in some instances, I think that because somebody put up a comparison video. In some instances, I think it looks worse Maybe I could be tripping, but
I'll definitely say the trailer did not do it any favors. You know, and then the stream was 1080p, 1080p or whatever. And by the way, Iron Galaxy is working on this PC port. And Iron Galaxy, they can sometimes be hit or misses. Those are the same dudes who worked on the infamous Batman Arkham Knight port. It's them same dudes. I don't remember what port they've done since. And
Switch stuff like Crash and Overwatch and stuff like that.
So I would think they recovered from that situation, you know, that absolute debauchery. So I'm gonna assume they learned their lesson from that, but still.
And I got another question, right? Sony literally purchased Nix's Software, a company that specializes in porting games to PC. Why is I don't understand some of the movements, bro. Like you have a company
just bought them.
Yeah, I understand that one. I would say they because they probably did because Iron Galaxy probably been working on this port for a while, and they just bought Nix's, so I can understand that one.
So they was never in the talks with Nick. I mean, to purchase a company ain't no overnight shit.
It does take some time.
So you was courting this company. You never thought to just, hey, here's a test, right? You never thought to do. Okay, well, shit.
I would assume though. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt on this one and say that Nix is working on a more important port.
Okay.
Oh, you know what they're working on?
Maybe Bloodborne.
Attractions PC version.
Shut up, Bond. Maybe Bloodborne. I don't know.
Wait, so Bond, do you still think me and BG are crazy so far after everything we've seen about the showcase?
4 out of 10 lower than an Xbox conference? Yes. If you would have rated it 4 out of 10 and Xbox conferences 2 out of 10, I could agree.
I don't even remember what I gave that last Xbox conference. I don't even remember. Maybe it was
people brought up the receipts, so.
But here's the thing. I went back and looked at the games at the Xbox conference. It had more games that I was interested in, more games I found impressive than in this whole conference.
Okay. And what were those games?
Hold on. Because I think did I actually write them down? Hold on.
You had to write them down.
I think I actually.
Mine was it was Halo Infinite, Psychonauts 2. I think the Gunk was there. Grounded. Yeah,
the gunk looked fire. That should look fire.
Yeah, the gunk.
So
Flight Simulator and then Ayuden Chronicles, but that's going to be 2023 or
so
later.
The games they announced that I like at the Xbox and Bethesda conference this year, it was Outer Worlds 2, Battlefield 2042, 12 Minutes, Age of Empires 4, Hades, Stalker 2, Halo Infinite, Redfall, and The Ascent. I didn't end up liking The Ascent, but that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that they announced that I'm definitely interested in. Okay. And so far on PlayStations, I'll give it maybe 1. So
are you serious? I have between 7 and 8.
No, definitely not for me. Not for me.
Coder, GT5, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, God of War, Uncharted 5, PC, Forspoken, and Project Eve.
Well, we're gonna get to that. I mean, 1 so far that we've gotten to.
I'm about to say 1.
No, 1 so far that we've gotten to. So let's get to the rest.
You crazy.
Okay, so after the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, Wolverine by Insomniac Games.
Did not see that coming.
We're about to do a whole bunch of Insomniac stroking because they absolutely deserve it.
Facts.
Okay, they are carrying this generation for PlayStation. They're carrying all these studios on their backs because I don't know how based on how we understand game development works. And this game, they did say this game is early, but still, based on how we understand game development works, I don't understand how they're outpacing every other PlayStation studio like damn near 5-1 as far as game development goes. And Insomniac Games, based on like my Google searches, they're around maybe 300 developers. So is Naughty Dog. So is Santa Monica. And all of these studios, that people be like, Insomniac has multiple teams. Naughty Dog has multiple teams. Santa Monica has multiple teams.
Everybody has multiple
teams. How are these niggas how did these dudes put out 3 games, let's say 2.5 because one was Spider-Man Remastered. They put out 2.5 games in the last 12 months, and they're apparently far enough to announce 2 others for the future coming out 2023. I think what they said Wolverine is 2020.
I don't know if they gave a year for that.
Well,
Wolverine
Spider-Man is
does not have a year.
2023.
Wolverine doesn't have a
Yeah,
year.
Spider-Man is 2023. We're gonna get to that. Wolverine doesn't have a year. Still, I don't know how Insomniac doing this, but they're amazing. Anybody else want to stroke them? They deserve a stroke.
Cocaine.
So,
And they're talking about this game has the Last of Us 2 gore factor, maybe.
yeah,
Is that
John
what I'm
Sweeney,
hearing?
John Sweeney, art director. Yeah.
So I'm hoping to see rated M and bloody kills like The Last of Us 2, but in Wolverine fashion.
Right.
I think it's gonna be rated M.
Yeah, so just today, Brian Horton, the creative director, he said he didn't confirm that it's gonna be rated M, but he said it's gonna be a full-size game and it's gonna have a mature tone. Also, when you go to the official PlayStation blog and they have Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine on the same page, when you click on the trailer for Spider-Man, you don't have to put in your age to watch it. Wolverine, you have to put in your age to watch it.
Yeah.
So that might
you
be
remember
an
you
indicator.
remember Arkham Knight got rated M because of, you remember they had that DLC with the pig in it, and it wasn't even on that graphic. They just was implying that he was doing plastic surgery on people, and that shit got rated M for that. So you got this blood and spikes coming out of niggas' knuckles on shit. Yeah, I think they're gonna do it right.
That would be great.
And you know, this game got so many people in their panties. You know, just last year, right? Just last year, you had Xbox guys saying, "Who cares about Spider-Man's for kids?" Now they making fictional lists of developers and superheroes they can get to try to make for Xbox.
Bon, bro, you need to come to some of these Twitter spaces, bro. They been going crazy in them joints.
It's
just crazy.
These guys out here playing fantasy football with game developers and comic book characters.
Them joints is wild.
Bro, Twitter spaces are amazing.
Smooth, you know. Smooth is breaking down.
Hey, man, we're gonna get them right, man. We're gonna get them right.
But
I'll say
like
this.
I said, you ain't getting games like Wolverine and Spider-Man on Game Pass.
I'll say this. If Wolverine is like a traditional character action game like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, God of War, I'll be there day one. But there's also a pretty strong chance that this game could be a game like The Last of Us or modern day God of War. And for me, that's not something I'm really into, so I would pass on it.
You mean the over the shoulder angle?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some type of escort thing going on with some type of other mutant or another girl. Because usually I'm seeing Wolverine with like either X-29, what do you call it, a Rogue, Jubilee, something like that. So they could do this, and even when Logan was coming out, everybody was saying this should be they were comparing it to The Last of Us. So we're kind of coming full circle in a way. So if that does end up happening, well, you guys should know my gaming taste by now. I'm not really.
You're not
interested
gonna.
in
Well,
like that.
he said he also. It was also said it's gonna have an emotional narrative. So
you see what I'm saying?
Hey, Black, it's over, bro. Streets is done, bro.
Why would you think a Wolverine game wouldn't? Most of Wolverine's comics aren't just kill everything.
It's dark stuff. Yeah.
Like that's crazy. I definitely would rather have a Wolverine game like similar to God of War than a Devil May Cry Ninja Gaiden.
No,
I agree.
Absolutely not.
Oh, and
I don't want no frantic. I don't want no frantic.
I'm not trying to see a hack and slash Wolverine game. I'm trying to see him go from the Weapon X to seeing his people die, to see him being tortured, to see him going through I'm the best I am at what I'm trying to see it all.
So by the way, so they said emotional narrative, cutting edge gameplay. It's early in development. And the writer for it is dude that wrote Spec Ops: The Line. And if you played that game, is dark. That game is dark.
People love that game.
Yeah, people love that game story. So I'm really happy about that. Like that game gets some dark shit. So
Marvel game universe about to be better than that. Let me not do that. But
hey, man, be a shared universe
better than the MCU, Jack. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're trying to set it up to where they do the connected universe.
They're gonna have to call it the PlayStation Marvel gaming universe,
bro.
Like low key, bro. Like let me just say, bro. as big as we know the MCU has gotten on the big screen, could you imagine the gold mine PlayStation is tapping into if they pretty much lead up to the, maybe not necessarily the Avengers, but the crossovers between their games?
Whew.
Bro, they tapping into something right now. This is about to get crazy.
Because I was hearing people say, I've been hearing people say like,
don't lose.
They won't like Sucker Punch to make like a Hulk game. I don't think that's a good idea. I think they should let Insomniac handle all these games so they can eventually combine them if that's what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Smooth
how
was right.
How long did
lose?
How long did it take to make the original Spider-Man game?
But they announced it in 2016. It came out in 2018, right?
Yeah. So they're probably working on it probably about 3 years, probably.
Okay, so that's not bad. That's not bad because, like, okay, I haven't played Spider-Man or Miles Morales, but from what I've seen from Insomniac's work output, the remaster for Spider-Man, it's a remaster. That's not really like a lot of development goes into that. And for Spider-Man 2, I'm not sure what the biggest deal is to make in a game, but I would think the open world is like the most hardest thing to make, and they've already got a template for that. Pretty much with the first Spider-Man game, so maybe it wouldn't take that long to create another one. And with Wolverine, I kind of see it as one of those games that's coming out way, way far down the line, like in 2026 or something like that.
Yeah, they didn't even get a release.
No, they can't announce the game 5 years out. They can't do that. I'll say 2024 delayed.
They've been delayed. They've been delayed. I'll say they've been delayed.
Nintendo does dumb shit like that. Announce a game 4 or 5 years.
I think
out.
I'll say 2024.
I think it comes out after Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
so,
it's 2024.
Yeah. So
because
2024. And
because it's probably
works quick. They ain't.
Yeah.
When Insomniac announces a game, it's at most 2 years out.
They might come out the same year too, though. They could bookmark them shits.
And it doesn't. I don't think this is going to be an open world game either. It doesn't seem like it's going to.
No,
be
it doesn't need. Yeah.
No. I'd rather have a linear game.
Yeah, it's going to be an open, maybe hub world, semi-linear experience, which is what I want it to be. Like, I don't want to just be running down the road with Wolverine and doing I don't want that shit.
Yeah, where else is he gonna go? Like,
like. Wolverine ain't the type of nigga that just want to be.
And Spider-Man should be easy because it all takes place in New York City, and they already made New York City. So I mean, they got a.
They'll probably add something onto it, a borough or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Marvel's Wolverine. That's a lot of information about it. We're very impressed.
But that was also this
is a banger
announcement. It was
smooth. You got to explain to the audience why this game got you so hot.
Right, so the thing is that ever since Spider-Man has been like announced as a PlayStation exclusive and it's like a first party working on it, the biggest thing was like, all right, so Xbox has to get like a Marvel IP. Why not X-Men, Wolverine, something? We haven't had a decent Wolverine game in a while. We've been talking about that for years. And the fact that when this occurred, it didn't occur to me immediately that it was Insomniac. I'm like, oh shit, they're doing a Wolverine game. And then shortly after, I realized the Insomniac logo played first. And that made me lose my shit because it's like, this is another major Marvel IP that's going to be exclusive to PlayStation. So it's like, at this point, I don't believe Xbox even have any options under Marvel. Maybe
you'll have Crackdown.
Like
what? Maybe they have maybe Sony has like first right of refusal or some shit like that. But it's not a good look. I mean, PlayStation right now is being set up to be the premier platform for like Marvel games, and Marvel is pretty popular right now. And you got Disney and like Disney Plus like tweeting this shit out. It's gonna be like marketing galore, and you can't lead a gaming platform and missing out on something that big. It's one thing you don't have access to Spider-Man. Now Wolverine, who's like what the next most popular after that, you have to make a move. If you can't make a move on Marvel, you should be looking at DC or something.
Yeah. And
the anti-consumer people coming yet?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, some of them.
It was a Twitter space about that today.
Oh, like 8 hours long of that.
Bro, the nigga did an outro and they went on for like 5 extra hours. I'm like, fam.
Yeah,
Shut
that
this
joint
bitch
was
down.
crazy, bro. And yeah, listen, that's why Sony. That's why they was like trying to play hardball. With Marvel, with the whole getting Spider-Man, into Civil War and all that stuff. That's why they was playing hardball so much, bro. They understand what Spider-Man is. It's Spider-Man is the most valuable single like character across all comic books,
Everything.
across
I
all
saw a tweet
superheroes.
about that. So that was
like
accurate. That was accurate, right?
DC, Marvel, yeah, he's the most valuable singular thing.
They said combined though. They said that's crazy. I ain't know that.
So that's why like Sony is not letting they're not letting him go nowhere else. Like because they understand what they got.
Even as much money as Disney has, they'll never be able to buy Spider-Man back.
Yeah,
Sony wouldn't let them. No.
You
don't want to.
They would have to. Like it would take such an obscene amount.
Like, bro, like that Spider-Man. What do you call it? Nigga can't go home. What's it called again? It's the what that.
No way home.
Can't go home.
No way home. That's Miles Morales edition you talking about.
Like, bro, I was thinking in my head that that trailer could break the Avengers trailer. Whatchamacallit trailer, Endgame trailer, but I didn't want to. I'm like, can it? And it definitely did. It broke even Endgame's trailer, and this is a singular superhero movie. And it beats Avengers.
Endgame. Bro.
Yeah, considering what's going on in the movie potentially, of course, I'm not surprised about that. Like all the cameos, like you have Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire potentially appearing in this, so a lot of people want to see that. I guess.
When it run on TV, the only way you can see the full trailer is going to YouTube or like going to their website. It say if you want to see the full trailer, you got to go. That was smart.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Marvel's Wolverine, and we already talking about Spider-Man, but that was a banger. That's the first banger. Okay.
Facts.
There was there was no gameplay, but still banger. Of course. Go ahead, Belanger.
Why is it all of a sudden acceptable when it pertains to a PlayStation conference that we're accepting CG trailers? When this is a when it's a Microsoft or a Nintendo conference and whenever this happens, this is seen as an L. But for some reason, we're giving Sony props for doing this.
I'm gonna be real bland.
I'm not even saying Wolverine's gonna be bad. I'm not saying Spider-Man is gonna be bad. I'm just saying for as long as I've known, for as long as I know E3 and how these Nintendo Directs and conferences work, that was always seen as a bad thing.
But I'm gonna be real bland, Drew. I agree with you. The same energy is not being kept, but
absolutely not.
I understand why it's not because Insomniac throughout the years have proven
themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we see a CG like God of War last year, when they announced God of War, it was pretty much just the God of War popped up. You hear his voice. People getting hyped off that off rip. Yeah. We know what God of War is. We know. So yeah, Insomniac has proven themselves. Wolverine's a popular character. I mean, it's just all you know what I mean.
I'll this way, Jack. Jack, who was the Titans' #1 draft pick this year?
Who was it? They cut. They actually cut that dude.
Anyway, my point is this: if your #1 draft pick doesn't come to training camp, what's the fan base and the coaching staff gonna think?
Yeah, they ain't gonna be fucking with him.
If Travis Henry decides he doesn't want to come to training camp or do like the voluntary OTAs, what are they gonna think?
Yeah,
he's been here. He knows what he's doing. He's been around the block. He don't need to play preseason games. Guys like Tom Brady don't need to show up to these optional training camps, Belanger. They're proven commodities. That's the difference.
So when Metroid Prime got a 97 on Metacritic, when Metroid Prime 2 got a 92 on Metacritic, and when Metroid Prime 3 got a 90 on Metacritic, we were still told we had to be quiet because it was just a JPEG. But God of War, and Sony Santa Monica, and all this other stuff get a pass.
One, it wasn't developed by the same people, and two, when it started becoming developed by the same people, when's the last time Retro's come out with a game?
2014.
Exactly. That's why. Insomniac has a consistent track record of W's.
Actually, they don't.
People that were working on Metroid Prime 4, it was their first time working on it. And Retro Studios, they haven't put out a game in more than a half decade. That's the difference.
All I'm saying is, when it pertains to these conferences, the standards are absolutely higher for Microsoft than they are for PlayStation. Yes,
No,
they are.
they're not.
Even when it pertains to stuff like
stop lying.
let me finish. Even when it pertains to stuff like Project Eve and Forspoken, Microsoft never gets props for those games because they're coming to
They don't
PC
have
and all this
games-
other
They
stuff.
don't have games like that.
Because they're coming to PC and everything. You guys didn't
They
even
don't
know
have
Project Eve
games
was.
like that.
You guys didn't even know Project Eve was coming to the Xbox until I said something. Even when Ayuden Chronicles was announced at Microsoft's E3 and it was confirmed for 2023, everybody thought that release year was
Blandrew,
egregious.
I'm about to blow you up with receipts right now because your hypocrisy
Everybody thought
is
go
crazy.
even like shout out to Jay Barry, one of my favorite PlayStation guys. Listen to his reaction for Ayuden Chronicles coming out in 2023, but everybody's screaming at the rooftops for Spider-Man coming out in 2023. And Ayuden Chronicles showed gameplay. It showed a town, it showed combat, it showed everything,
That's
but
cool.
that was still unacceptable.
Insomniac showed real-time scenes in Spider-Man 2.
So that's what we're doing now.
I'm sorry, is that a problem?
That's what we're doing now, Bond.
You just went from complaining to CGI, and now you're complaining about non-CGI.
Bond, that's what we're doing now.
But Blandrew, on the other hand, too, though, if you think about it, Blandrew, we still haven't seen Metro. Like, so you see what I'm saying?
You were jumping for joy over JPEG. Be quiet.
No, I'm talking about Nintendo's conference as a whole was great, even if you like take out those games.
Stop.
They are.
Let me make this point real quick right here. So Blandrew was going on complaining about Sony announcing games too far out, right?
Okay.
This is
right? You're not gonna get a point, but go ahead.
Oh no, I'm gonna make a great point.
Oh no, you're not. But go ahead.
Metroid Dread was announced in 2005.
2000. Bond, really?
Yes, on the DS. And it's now coming out in 2021.
Really,
Megami
Bond?
Tensei was at you're real hyped on Shin Megami Tensei, aren't you, Blandrew?
Oh,
that
absolutely.
shit was announced in 2017.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not getting it until 4 years later.
Okay, then let me count.
Metroid Prime 4 was not announced until 2017. We still haven't seen anything on it.
Then let me counter that.
I'm not done my point. I'm going to keep going. Breath of the Wild 2 was announced in 2019. We still haven't seen anything of it.
Oh, Bayonetta 3.
Actually, that's a lie. We did
Again,
see Breath of the Wild too.
A third game you're hyped at in 2017.
Damn.
We still haven't seen anything.
They haven't shown that game in almost
No More Heroes 3
wait.
I'm almost done. No More Heroes 3 was announced in 2019. You didn't get it for 2 years later until 2021. So why is it a bad thing that Sony announces games 1, 2, 3 years out, but you wait in 2, 3, 4 years for Nintendo games that you're hyped for, and it's cool? Explain this.
Well, let's play your stupid little game here, okay? Let's use Shin Megami Tensei 5, okay? Announced in January of 2017 at the Nintendo presentation, the greatest presentation known to man. Even if that game did come out this year in November, we still had Breath of the Wild there as well. That came out in March.
No.
Let
false equivalency. Stop it right now.
Let me finish my point.
Stop
I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Let
me finish my point.
We're talking about game
Let
releases.
me finish my
We're
point.
not talking about other
Let
games.
me
Stay on
finish my
topic.
point. Let me
Stay
finish my
on
point,
topic.
Bond. Let me finish.
Stay on topic.
Shin Megami Tensei. I'm talking about the conference as a whole.
No. That's not what you said. You were complaining about Sony announcing games too far in advance when you've been hyped.
No.
Games
I said
years ago.
I said CG trailers.
Bro, do you want me to bring up I will bring up the receipts right now from the Discord if you want.
Did you see me say God? Did you see me say God of War?
Like, so we can
Let me repeat my question so you can answer it properly. You complained about Sony announcing games too far in advance when Nintendo games that you've been hyped for on the Switch have been announced even further in advance.
Are you going to let me make my point without an interruption?
Sony doing it when you don't complain about Nintendo doing it.
I was getting there, but you rudely interrupted me. You're gonna
sidestep and answer.
Are you going
to
be quiet so that I can say this? You sure?
Go ahead.
Okay. Shin Megami Tensei 5 was announced in 2017, but alongside that announcement,
that's irrelevant.
Let me
finish. Just let him finish, Bond.
Let me finish.
Keep deflecting. They're laughing at you in the chat second, calling you a
just
fraud.
let him finish.
How are you on deflect to another game? Go.
If you will let me finish.
Go ahead. Go.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the third time was announced in January of 2017. But alongside that, you still had Zelda Breath of the Wild coming out in March. You still had Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming out in December. You still had Splatoon 3 coming out in that summer. You still had Mario Odyssey coming out in October. You had Fire Emblem Warriors coming out in October. You had Snipper Clips coming out in March. You had Super Bomberman R coming out in March. Disgaea, Ultra Street Fighter 2, ARMS, Octopath Traveler, and a lot of other games were announced at that conference. So even if you remove Shin Megami Tensei 5, looking at the conference, it was still a great conference. Let me finish.
Go ahead. You're being retarded.
People are giving Sony's conference a 9 and a 10 for CG trailers for games that are coming out in 2023 or later, and completely neglecting everything else that was here. So even if you remove Shin Megami Tensei, even if you remove Breath of the Wild 2 and No More Heroes 3, you still had Luigi's Mansion, Astral Chain, Link's Awakening, Cadence of Hyrule, Animal Crossing, Panzer Dragoon, Dragon Quest Hero, and Banjo and Kazooie, and Smash Bros, and a lot of other announcements at those E3s and those events. That's why you can still say, even if that game does come out later, you still have a lot of other games in that roadmap let this say that this was a good conference. This PlayStation conference was not.
I wasn't talking about the conference. I wasn't talking about other games. Like, you act like Sony doesn't release games either. The specific point was, why do you bash a company for announcing games far out when Nintendo announces games even further out? Everything else you said was completely irrelevant.
That's not what I said.
So Sony, that would be like me saying, okay, well, Sony announced games further out, but they came out with this, that, and the other. That's not the point we're talking about. That's a completely different point. You cannot say that a company announces games 1, 2, 3 years out is a bad thing when another company you're supporting.
When did I say? When did I? You
said it in the Discord. And that's when you made that stupid ass. No, let me finish now.
Go ahead.
That's when you made that stupid ass comment on Twitter. Oh, I think I should make a video against Blonde. That's what you said on Discord. And then when I fucking owned your ass in Discord, you had to backtrack that back and say you didn't want to make a video response to a DT YouTuber, and then you made a dumbass comment. Oh, I made a promise. Well, yeah, how's your Blanded Wonderland video doing with that legs, Mr.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? You have your timeline. You have your timeline on.
Trying to make an actual point, but then you got owned, and you were sidetracking all throughout Discord and Twitter. Period.
Notice, now look at the comment section now, Bond. Everybody's saying you're sidestepping and missing the main point.
So one guy says, I agree with Black Bond. Blanche was trying to dodge the L, just take the L.
I need to
Y'all have two different
I need to redirect this. I need to redirect
this. Conversations. He got exposed. Double standards.
I need to redirect this back to the PlayStation conference.
Wait, before we get there, BG, let me just say this. When did people start turning up in this conference, BG?
At the last 5 minutes.
According to the internet, they was hyped the whole thing.
Okay.
No, it was the last 5 minutes because I went and watched a lot. What's funny is I went and watched a lot of these PlayStation dudes.
Bro, they were cursing up a storm and cursing at Jim Ryan and going crazy. Until Wolverine hit the scene, they were angry.
They were pissed off, angry, and scared, shaking in their boots. These are PlayStation dudes.
I know I was.
And these were PlayStation dudes criticizing me for my score when up until 5 minutes before the show ended, they were pissed off, disgusted, and in a complete disarray and panic.
And that's my main point here. A lot of these games that they got hyped for were years away. But even if you take Nintendo's games that were years away, a lot of the games that they were excited for were still coming.
Sony's been releasing games all generation, Blanchard. What has Nintendo released in the past 2 years?
What are you talking about?
Let me just say, Blanchard, I also agree with you. That's one of the reasons why I gave this conference a 4, was because it had 3 games that really interested me. And 2 of those were not gameplay. One was real time when I don't know, like, I gotta be real with you. I don't know since when we act like real time is gameplay. Like
it's never been this way until it's PlayStation.
So like I don't care, bro. I don't care if it's real time, fake time. If it's not gameplay, it doesn't matter to me, right? So I treat it all the same, whether it's real time or CGI. If it's not actual gameplay, it's the same thing to me, right?
You saw how people crucified Starfield when it pertained to in-engine. What is this in-engine stuff? But then Spider-Man hits the scene and everybody's loving it.
And that's
Hold
why.
on, how come you were excited for Breath of the Wild 2's in-engine and Breath of the Wild's in-engine trailers that weren't gameplay when they were announced?
We're getting a sequel to one of the greatest video games of all time. That's why.
We're getting a sequel to Spider-Man.
I never said
One of the
Spider-Man.
greatest
I never
superhero
said.
games of all
I never said Spider-Man wasn't a good game.
Oh, this is crazy.
Starfield also.
Sorry, I'm sorry for cutting you off, BD.
No, so once again, like this is why I gave it a 4 because yeah, I was keeping the same energy. I'm like, listen, three. I give 3 of these to be bangers, right? But I didn't see any gameplay for 2 of them. So what am I? And I counted. We got 18 games at this showcase in total. I was hyped for, let's say, 4 of them. Now listen, I ain't the greatest nigga at math. But 4 out of 18 isn't great. Like, so I'm like, what do y'all want me to do? What do y'all want me to tell you that it was like 4 out of 18? That's like 20% or something. So y'all want me to give PlayStation a 5, a 6, a 7 for 20% for impressing me 20% of the show? Like, I'm confused.
None of these conferences have anywhere ever been near 50% good games announced. You can even take the best Nintendo conference of all time, and you're still going to be muddled with a bunch of treehouse bullshit.
2016 Sony E3, I don't know.
Was amazing.
That shit, yeah. Look up some 2016 Sony E3. That thing was crazy.
2016 Sony conference was the greatest thing ever seen in life. That's when they showed God of War, Ghost of Tsushima,
Spider-Man, Days Gone.
Bro.
You gotta understand, Bond. Excuse me, BG.
I got the list right in front of me. Let me read this down. Disc Jam, Prey, Here They Lie, God of War, Spider-Man, Days Gone, Detroit, Horizon. Then we have Bound, Gravity Rush 2, GT Sport, fucking Riggs, Last Guardian, PlayStation Store Gear, Batman Arkham, RE7, Farpoint, 100-Foot Robot Golf, Bass Drop, Blade Ballet, Chambera, Kreptark.
Wait, hold up. Are these montage games? Or
yeah,
what?
that was. It's like you
said, Eve, everything.
The games you named are 10 times. Bro, that's 10 times better than this. What are you talking about?
A lot of them smaller games was an indie montage. They weren't cool.
Exactly.
Bro, they didn't showcase all of those games. Some of those were sizzle reels, and the ones they did showcase, it's 10 times better than this.
Sizzle reels. The point I'm making is you never get a conference where half the games are good.
Okay,
you just have to expect how many bangers are you getting.
But look though, I agree with what Bond is saying, but Bond on the same side, who expects a conference of subjectively 30 straight minutes of fuckery? Like, it's got to be a happy medium somewhere in between.
All these conferences to have that because that's what they literally do.
Let me just throw this out here. Bond isn't.
Do you know why I don't watch them anymore, BG? Because all it is hours of
how can you tell us we're wrong about the show when you admit you don't even watch them?
No. I went by your criteria where you said the percentage of good games announced compared to games announced total. And then I just juxtaposed it to what you called was the best conference ever. And by juxtaposing the games announced divided by the bangers, it is not
juxtaposing dividing by the. Come on, get out of here.
Those were my bangers, though. Yes, I found those games impressive.
You said you are not good at math. I just used your own mathematical formula for your own standards.
But you're not putting in the algorithm of what games I like.
Look.
Hey man, somebody break out the Excel.
How many bangers are on
somebody
that
break
list?
out the spreadsheet. This is crazy.
Yeah, how many bangers are on that list of like that 20 games?
2016, bro. You named at least 10 that were
all the games, BG.
You named at least 10 good games from that showcase. At least 10 of them.
I'm gonna put this in a chart right now. I'm gonna put this in an Excel sheet right now.
You named at least 10 games.
Wait. Let me
continue the podcast. I'll come back.
Wait. Pacing has everything to do with that as well.
I don't give a shit about
it. Does
pacing.
pacing?
It does. It absolutely does.
I don't play pacing.
You
I
can
play
say,
games.
well, they showed, evil ham sandwich versus the Cyclops. Okay, how long was that shown? Oh, it was shown in 3 seconds in a montage. Okay, then it doesn't really matter. If the montage is 2 minutes long and then they get right back to announcing bangers,
Still
who
a game
cares?
shown that nobody cares about.
For 3 seconds.
Okay.
Who cares? They still showed it.
Compared to showing something like Deathloop for 7 seconds when 7 minutes when everybody wanted to move on is not the same at all. Stop it.
And the thing is, you have to you don't only like rate these shows as like a list. It's a show. I also rate it as a show. So if the pacing is bad, that affects the show. Like
that is true. That is true.
Like, okay, look. Okay, let me run it down real quick. Okay, like since we're gonna do this, we got time. 2016 PlayStation Conference, God of War, banger.
I'm making the list. I'm making the list right now, so you can just
God of War.
BG, continue. God of War,
banger. Days Gone. I didn't end up liking it. I didn't end up liking Days Gone, but from the trailer, that game looked like it was gonna be a banger. The Last Guardian
has its fans.
Yeah, but I'm saying for me, The Last Guardian.
Yeah, I get you.
I like The Last Guardian. I end up beating that. Horizon Zero Dawn. Y'all know I think that's the best new IP from last generation. Detroit Become Human. Love that game. Resident Evil. That was Resident Evil 7 in VR. I didn't like Resident Evil 7. Cool.
That's a good game.
What else we got? Star Wars. That's Star Wars Battlefront VR. They were in a VR segment. They had a VR segment. Skip the VR segment. PlayStation, Modern Warfare. I like that Modern Warfare reboot. That was the remaster or the reboot. Great, I like that. What else we had? That was the Death Stranding trailer. That one I didn't know what that was at that point. Y'all know I didn't end up liking Death Stranding, but at that point that was something that people were interested in. Then Spider-Man. Those were the major announcements. That 2016 was fire.
Was Crash there as well?
Yes,
No.
I believe so. Didn't he tease it there?
It says Crash is back. Remasters of Crash 1, 2, and 3. That joint was great.
That was a big announcement.
That was a good conference.
I'm putting it mathematically, so I'm almost done.
Okay, well, anyway, so like I said, for me, this conference,
we didn't even talk about God of War.
So after Wolverine, there was Gran Turismo 7. Y'all know I don't give a flying damn thing about no racing sims. Y'all know this. I don't play racing sims. I don't care. They mean nothing to me.
I don't either.
So that's a skip to me. That's I don't care. I don't give a damn about that game.
I'm gonna just say Gran Turismo was the last game that really caught my attention here. I'll be buying that. So it was Project Eve, Chia, and Gran Turismo. Those were the games I would give high praises to at this conference.
Okay. After Gran Turismo 7, that's when we learned about Spider-Man, and which was a shock because, I don't remember whenever a studio has announced 2 games at one conference, right? That's something you don't see too often.
Insomniac did it the last time at the last showcase.
Okay, so that we already talked about Spider-Man. Kraven. That sounded like Kraven the Hunter that was narrating. He's probably going to be in the game. Venom's going to be in the game. It's probably I don't think it's a spoiler.
Voiced by Tony Todd.
That's fine. Tony Todd. That's great. It's probably not going to be. Well, if you played Spider-Man, the first one, and you seen the ending, I ain't gonna let y'all accuse me of spoiling nothing. But yeah, y'all know what it is with that. So. And of course, Miles Morales is in this. It's not a co-op. It's not a co-op game, which I'm fine with.
Thank God.
But you are going to be playing as Peter and Miles. Yeah. So fire. And
I want to just say, me and Wonton called that last week. We told you it would be a Spider-Man trailer and that it would tease Venom and then it would just cut the trailer. We were absolutely right.
Go ahead. Good job, boys. Good job.
Don't try to give Wonton no points. Okay, cool. Spider-Man banger, right? Then God of War Ragnarok. So a few things about this. Let me just get to the details. We can talk about our thoughts. So Cory Barlog is no longer the lead in this. He's passing it off, which is normal for God of War games. He's passing it off to Eric Williams, I believe it is. Cory is just Cory's working on a different project, which is, cool.
He did write this game though.
Right. He's still gonna be helping with it, of course. Not like he completely abandoned it. He's just taking a lesser role and working on a different project, it seems. They said there's going to be more player expressiveness as far as like Kratos' gear. They said that the evolved gameplay with Kratos and Atreus, deeper combat, more verticality. The Fimble, I think it's Fimbulwinter. That's what they call it in Norse, Fimbulwinter. That's going to affect all the 9 realms differently. This takes place a few years after the first game. A key point in the story is Atreus' true heritage, because he's a giant. What else? Oh, Thor and Freya are the main 2 antagonists. Obviously, Freya is in the first game, and she's got reasons obviously to hate Kratos now.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait, why? I get why she would hate him, but then she ain't showing no signs of hate at the end of the first game.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she was pissed.
She said, "I will spend the rest of my life like pretty much trying to torment you and make your life a living hell." Pretty much. She said she was gonna kill that nigga.
Yeah, she was pissed.
Oh, okay. Because when I seen it was like, this nigga just snapped her.
You don't remember us saying
that? Nah. I just recall it like homie was about to kill her. Kratos, stepped in, finally, snapped this shit, and then I was like, oh, well, she okay with that? Maybe I didn't like listen to her.
She literally said that right after that. Smooth. What the hell?
Okay.
She wanted him to kill her.
What, you was playing that bitch on mute?
Yeah. Okay, no. I have to probably go back to the because it's been a while. Like,
okay.
Just those details. It's like of wordings. Like I remember actions, but like, okay.
Yeah. So she's pissed. She's one of the antagonists along with Thor. There's new runes and abilities. All 9 realms are in the game, like I said, and they're not doing a trilogy. This is going to be the last God of War game in the Norse world.
My god! And
they released some character images of Angbada. I think that's how you say her name. The R is supposed to be silent, I was told. Angbada, which I don't think this is spoilers. I ain't gonna let y'all accuse me of shit. But in Norse mythology, she is somebody to somebody. Okay, I'll say that. Tyr, who is the Norse god of war, that's the dude in the trailer who is like 9 feet tall. Because Kratos is 7 feet tall, according to like certain references. Kratos is supposed to be like 7 feet tall, and this nigga looks down at Kratos. So he's got to be like maybe 8-9 feet tall. We got to see Thor, which is a different depiction of Thor that people are used to because they're used to Marvel Thor. But this is obviously a Norse, something that's more accurate to Norse Thor, who is like a fat, strong man. So we got.
I want to say something about that Thor thing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice how the internet had no problem attacking this male in fat Thor, but the second we went after Aloy, we were incels, losers, weirdos, and all other types of stuff?
Well, people call L's for that because a lot of people, they just used to the MCU, so they thought Thor was supposed to be this
Marvel Thor.
Yeah, pretty much. Niggas was roasting people. You got historians coming out like, bro, that's pretty much accurate. So y'all, man.
Because these dudes were drunkards. All they did was drink and like pillage and stuff. So this is pretty accurate.
That's actually pretty true.
Thor
is I think it's fat in Valhalla.
If you watch shows like Vikings and what's that other show that comes on Netflix that I like so much? But pretty much, all these dudes, they're big dudes. Like they're some of them are like, they buff, but they fat buff. They not lean and shit like that. So it's pretty accurate. And they showed some other returning characters like Mimir, some new dudes, Berlin, Brock is, was returning, the dwarves, and Sindri, and Atreus is a little bit older now. His voice is a little bit deeper. He growing up, I guess, going through giant puberty, whatever they go through. And there's no release date. We didn't get a release date, but we assume it's late 2022. Yeah, those are the details.
I just want to say, well, first of all, I'm very looking forward to this game. Big God of War fan. I'm surprised it's not going to be a trilogy. I thought it would be. I hope they don't try to squeeze too much into the story, but like with Freya and Thor being the main, like, are we going? I'm assuming we're gonna see Odin and he play a part into this some of the other Norse guys.
Not a trilogy?
No, it's only 2 games. That's crazy, right?
Nigga dead after this game. Watch.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are speculating that Kratos might die at the end. they're not really. Me personally, I don't feel like they're really getting into the Norse mythology the way they did with the Greek one. I kind of wish they would flesh it out a little bit more. The worst thing about this game, and the only complaint I got about this game, really, the cross-gen stuff. Now we complain when we saw Horizon. People say we was overreacting, doing too much. If you didn't notice it with Horizon Forbidden West not looking that much better than the PS4 version, this shit here, listen, bro. Graphically, it's still beautiful because it was beautiful on the PS4. Don't get me wrong. This shit could look way better, bro. I'm not impressed with the visuals at all. It's just
it's like, so what it is like, yeah, I think Horizon is a bigger. You can't even call it jump, but it's a big. Horizon Forbidden West is definitely a bigger difference, right? God of War, and you know, we're not saying it doesn't look good. God of War is God of War Ragnarok is God of War 2018 if you add like 5 times more detail, but it's not a jump, you know, like you just add more detail to what's already there. They haven't changed it, which a lot of sequels do. But you know, that the fact is that, I mean, and people shouldn't have expected a big jump, honestly, because it's cross-gen, and they started, and honestly, it's really a PS4 game. That's honestly what it is. It's a PS4 game.
2 more things I almost forgot. Kratos do like he got like a new form of traversal or like a grappling hook shot type of. So it's pretty much changed without the blade on the end. Another thing, one of the big complaints, not only me, but a lot of people have complaints with God of War 2018. The violence, the gore was toned down heavily. Most of the gore, actually 100% of the gore featured in the game is to non-humanoid enemies, you know, Draugr and shit like that. It looked like it's more of the same. I don't think this game is going to be too violent, which is crazy to say for a God of War game, right? But I don't know, man. I kind of just wish it was more humans you was fucking up in that game personally, but it is what it is.
Okay. So yeah, God of War banger. To me, that's 3, maybe 3.5 bangers out of an 18 game show. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 because especially,
Not that same here.
Yeah, so especially that 2 of those games didn't actually have gameplay out of the 3 that I consider bangers. So I don't know what people want from me.
BG, I got a question. You're giving this conference a 4 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
But are you looking at people sideways if they give it like an 8 or 9? Because you said the games that you're not interested in is you.
No. Listen. Here's the thing. Y'all know I can get at people. Y'all know I can get at people on Twitter. I have not criticized not one person who gave this game a 9 out of 10. I'm like, listen, if you like it, cool. If you like it, cool. Bro, but like I was getting attacked for 48 hours because I thought this was a 4.
Jay Barry, he the homie. He said he give it a 9 out of 10. I'm like 9 out of 10. I asked him like 9 out of 10. What the? But look though. He tweeted me everything he was interested in. Now, granted, he tweeted like damn near every game they showed. But I didn't get angry. I didn't get angry. I didn't get upset. I ain't tweet you smoking dicks. I'm like, all right. I know Jay Barry and me don't have the same interest at the end of the day. If it's a 9 out of 10 to him, that's cool, right? But when I come out and say I give it a 6, you can't get mad at that, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna just say I watched.
Let's go around the board ratings here. Let's go around the board. Go ahead, BG. BG was a 4. I'm a 7. Jack was a 6. Blandrew
4.
Smooth.
I was at 8.5.
Damn.
And the guest
6 out of 10 showcase with 9 out of 10 announcements.
I say 7.
I have to split it up, honestly.
I think that's okay.
I can feel that. I can feel that. Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, like from a showcase perspective, like the pacing, it was absolutely horrible. PlayStation's done way better than this in the past. But in terms of the games that were announced, I was not expecting Wolverine, and then I really wasn't expecting Spider-Man 2 either in the same showcase. And then we saw way more of God of War than I was expecting as well.
Yeah,
so
it
that's
had a
why
lot
I
of
gave
wow
it 9 out of
factors
10.
in it. So
that's true.
Didn't expect an Uncharted on PC either.
We did. That's been rumored.
When I saw it pop up, I knew what that was. I knew what that was.
So yeah, I mean, we had 6 bangers for me, 3 surprises.
But I think Bond
4
said it.
surprises.
Like, there's no how many conferences have banger after banger after banger? It's usually like they keep the good stuff towards the end. So I feel like that's exactly what they did.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Nintendo comes in at the very end with the Breath of the Wild. 2 conferences after
wait,
earlier
what
coming
conference?
at the very end saying, "Oh, here's Twilight Prince," or not?
What
Here's Skyward Sword HD.
What conference did Nintendo wake up with Breath of the Wild with?
I don't know. You tell me.
You just said what the? You
No,
just said
I said that they came at the end of a conference with Breath of the Wild too. After 2 conferences prior teasing it, and one of them giving you a Zelda Skyward Sword HD port.
Yeah, and we got Metroid Dread as well. We got Advance Wars. We got Mario Party. We got WarioWare. We got a whole bunch. We got Shin Megami Tensei 5. We got Monster Hunter Stories. We got a lot of games at Nintendo's E3 that were coming out this year.
Speaking of him saying that he doesn't remember a conference with a lot of bangers, I just posted it in the Discord on Twitter. I added up your E3 2016. Out of 39 games, I have 8 bangers, which totals out to what you were complaining about, BG. 20%.
There wasn't no 39 games shown at that show.
There
was not no 39 games shown at that.
Games announced.
Bond, I looked at the show. See, Bond, this is why you have to watch the show, Bond, because they're including sizzle reels of games they don't actually show you.
Sizzle reels are shown games.
No, Bond, they show them at the end of the conference, and
you see what I got to deal with, BG.
This is why Bond has to watch the shows, bro. You don't even see these, Bond. They will show you a sizzle reel.
Said they showed a
Bond,
sizzle reel
Bond.
game.
It will be a sizzle reel, and it will be a game literally on screen for 1 second. You don't even know it's there.
BG, the bottom line is there is no conference, as I just proven, that shows half bangers. Period.
Do you guys have any idea how crazy it is? Do you guys have any idea how crazy it is? We're arguing with a guy about a show he didn't even watch.
Yes,
but did you have any idea that I did the math? So you can't argue with the math.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, look at the showcase. 60% of our viewers said they enjoyed it. So
that's fine.
I don't have a problem with that.
You could still argue that Xbox had more bangers this year. You could argue that.
Yeah, but BG, you gave the Xbox conference the same score as this one, but they didn't
I don't know what I gave the Xbox conference, but here's the thing, and then people telling me I gave the Xbox conference a higher score. I probably did, but I probably gave I feel like I gave that show a 5.5 or something.
You gave I recall being mad at BG for his score, so it was a little.
No, BG, Smooth, Jack. A lot of people were really happy with that Xbox E3. I don't know where this whole everybody hated Microsoft's E3 thing is all about.
Yeah,
everybody was happy with that show for the most part.
Everybody was had low expectations. That's why.
Yeah, people were more shocked that I wasn't into it, but yeah.
The only thing that really needs to be said about the quality of this conference is this. Xbox guys across the board are big mad. They're sweating. They're shaking. So you know it was a passable grade.
They're mad for 2 reasons. It
bro,
was another Universal character being locked away, and then a previous exclusive now being exclusive to
and Coder leaving. Their Final Fantasy VII just got snatched up. So the fact that the opposing camp is in panic and damage control, and the refugee camps are ablaze right now, shows that the conference is definitely passable.
This is the thing about the conference too, though. We gotta put into context. On Sony's end, it's great. The shit they showed was great. It's just the shit they decided to show with it in tandem. It wasn't up to snuff. So. Yeah. If you're looking at the state of PlayStation right now, they cool. The games they announced are great. But one thing I do got a problem with, this is kind of not a problem, but the fact that Insomniac is making all these goddamn, it's like, where is everybody else at, bro? Like, I'm worried. I want to see what other studios
bro, I just can't get over the fact that I watched all these PlayStation dudes, even Blaze. Blaze literally said, I heard him on another podcast. I forgot who podcast. He was panicking. He was like, "Oh, I'm worried. I'm scared. I'm all." Then so you mean 5 minutes? The last 5 minutes got you from scared and frightened like a little child
to 9 out of 10.
To 9 out of 10? Huh?
And this goes for Persona, trust me, I backtracked and watched a lot of them too. Persona, Bari, Blaze, a lot of these J-Tech, a lot of these guys were doom and gloom until Wolverine hit the scene. Trust me. No wait, J Barry and Persona did like Forspoken and Project
Like-
Eve, but
Yeah, they like them.
Like
Yeah.
I
I mean,
I'm looking
understand
it through the chat room. I see 8, 7, 8, 2, 4.
that's cool
7,
for them,
6,
but
8,
but bro,
7, 6,
these
4, 7, 6, 8. Like it's a passable show. You guys are rating it
Bro.
like it's trash.
bro, I watch PlayStation dudes in panic, fearing for their future, and somehow came out with 8 and 9s.
Hey, you know what? I watched the Eagles in a Super Bowl in panic with Tom Brady throwing for 500, but guess who won in the end?
Bruh.
I ain't gonna
Exactly.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. If they would have showed like a Last of Us remake, that score would have went up on my end. I ain't gonna even lie to you, though.
Exactly.
Even with the 30 minutes of bullshit, I would have been like, all right, we
Like-
in there, all right.
I just don't know how. Like, listen, I will say this. I think PlayStation's conference is more impactful than Xbox's show, right? Like, you can, I would definitely say like Wolverine and Spider-Man is a bigger deal than anything Xbox showed. I'm not gonna argue that. But but it wasn't a better show overall. Like, and that's why it pissed me off. Like, dudes highlighting, oh, BG, did a backflip out of his chair, but he gave it a 4 out of 5. How come you fuck
that's
niggas
true.
didn't? But how come these fuck niggas didn't say nothing when I was asleep for 40 minutes?
But to their point, BG, you said you liked the Xbox conferences better, but what game out of that conference had your hands on your head in disbelief? That had you standing up with your juice box body and your PJs? That had you throwing headsets? What
But
game
none-
on the
but-
Xbox
but here's the thing.
on the Xbox conference had you doing that?
But here's the thing. None of it pissed me off or made me go to sleep. There were literally people were making a list. Jack, remember, but here's the thing, Jack. Remember, people were making a list of games they did not want to see at this show. This show literally had about 6 games I said the prior day, I do not want to see this here.
Yeah,
and they showed all of those games. I said, I do not want to see this. And they
Y'all see
showed all of them.
Y'all see PlayStation fans when Deathloop hit the scene?
Bro, I was mad as fuck. I'm like, yo, I literally said, I do not want to
wild.
see Deathloop again, bro. Do not show this shit, bro.
Y'all know I don't like Sony games for the majority, but when I finished Spider-Man, I had to give that game a round of applause. And I'm not just gonna say this shit wasn't fucking fire because they had other trash I didn't want to play.
I can
So,
say these.
Quick question for BG, and be honest. So you gave it a 4 out of 10. Now, if they showed Last of Us multiplayer, where would your score be?
That would be at least a 5. Probably
It gotta
a
go
5.
up. It gotta go up.
wait,
Nah,
wait,
you go right higher than everything. Nah, BG, you tripping.
No, but hold on. See, on top, there's a lot of things I factored into this, right? Because here's the thing, Jack. You know what else? On top of them showing a bunch of stuff I said I didn't want to see, there was a bunch of shit that we wanted that they didn't show. On top of all the stuff I wasn't interested in, so they showed a bunch of
like
stuff I
what?
didn't want to see, a bunch of stuff I wasn't interested in, and then there was a bunch of stuff that a lot of these insiders and like PlayStation dudes and all these people like made us believe that we might see. For example, like you said, factions. We didn't see that. Okay,
You're
okay,
never
hold on.
getting it.
Hold on.
It's
We didn't see factions. We didn't see Final Fantasy. I thought that was a layup. I thought we would see the Final Fantasy since the last showing. We didn't see that. Okay. What else?
What else did you want to see that didn't
Infamous,
show?
Twisted Metal.
There was a rumored Twisted Metal. I'm thinking, and it started to gain traction before they started to gain traction before the show. No Twisted Metal. Rumors of bro. Insomniac was literally baiting us and practically telling us there was going to be something Resistance. No Resistance.
Oh, they didn't. They just.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
Bond.
bruh.
You
I'm
have to
gonna
be.
have to say this.
You
real
have
quick
you have
because
to be on PlayStation Twitter.
No, I see all this crap, but here's the problem you guys have. All these years we spent making fun of Dr. Trey, and now all y'all want to think that you're Abraham Lincoln too. Y'all
Bruh.
bite on every little morsel over every little rumor.
Don't
And then
we?
if your little rumors don't come true, you get upset and angry.
Don't we get on Xbox conferences for the things they don't show also? I swear we do that all the time.
Nintendo as well.
You know what? You know who I blame
And I
for all
did it
this
for
bullshit?
PlayStation.
You know who I blame for all this bullshit? All these fucking fake ass insiders and Wonton. This shit never used to be like this before.
Wonton was right,
hanging on
though.
every little rumor.
He wasn't.
Look, a broken clock is right twice a day. But now it's gotten to the point where anybody could be an insider, anybody could say anything, and y'all gonna, oh my god, did you hear what's coming?
You know what else they didn't show that seemed to be very obvious at this point? Nothing Bloodborne. Nothing.
There's nothing coming from Bloodborne.
Bro, Bon. You know what the singular most requested thing from PlayStation niggas is?
That doesn't
Bloodborne.
mean anything.
Bloodborne.
Has there been any information about that though?
No, people have been
There's been
requesting.
rumors
It was a rumor, but I don't put too much into that.
But
exactly.
But
you guys are so into every rumor.
The point is, we still take away points from other shows for things we expect and things that are hinted. We do that all the time.
Like, such as what? We just expect good games.
Bro.
I'm not expecting the Abraham Lincoln rumor mobile.
Bro, we literally be like, Xbox didn't show this, Xbox didn't show this all the time.
No, we just say Xbox didn't show good games. Every time I go on Twitter, Jack, it's people talking about, oh my god, could we be getting a new Twisted Metal? Or is this Fallen Man? Or a SOCOM? Or a Factions? Or a Cypher? Y'all need to shut up. Y'all literally let your imaginations go.
But I'm
wild.
skeptical. I usually I'm skeptical to all of this stuff, and I usually don't believe it until certain things start pointing out that, listen, this seems like it's real. And a lot of things were pointing out to that fact. And I believe, listen, I absolutely believe there's something Bloodborne coming. Bloodborne was one of their most highly rated best games they released. How could they not do something with it? Whether it's a remaster or a better improved version. And it's been like 6-7 years.
Haven't you guys been asking for an order? What the hell is that? The Order 1886-87 sequel? That wasn't rumored like for
not as much as Bloodborne. Not as much as Bloodborne.
BG, I'll sell you the moon if you want it. I can give you the moon. Send me $100,000 right now through Venmo. I will send you the moon.
Look, listen. All I can say is the same energy I kept for Xbox, I kept for PlayStation. Same thing. The same thing I take away Xbox. I take away points from Xbox shows. I took away for PlayStation shows. That's
but
all
BG,
there were no big rumors for Xbox or anything like that.
BG, you were expecting the unexpected and like rumors and stuff like that. But was it Spider-Man 2 unexpected? No,
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was
Spider-Man 2 was unexpected.
I didn't expect to see either one of those.
That's 2 things out of 18.
Spider-Man, Wolverine, and KOTOR were unexpected.
And like I said, I don't care about KOTOR, bro. That's 2-3 things out of 18 games.
But here's the thing. You were expecting things that were unexpected and long shots, and that aren't even plausible.
Bro, even if you take away, let's say we take away my expectations, some of the things that I would have liked or expected. It's still 2-3 games out of 18.
You know who you sound like right now, BG? You sound like Blandrew every showcase he gets mad that there isn't another Ape Escape.
This is literally watching a 2-hour movie, and you're like, and this is what PlayStation niggas did. I'm calling you PlayStation. They watch a 2-hour movie, said the first 1 hour and 45 minutes were trash, but the last 15 minutes were heat, and gave it a 9 out of 10. That's what they did.
Exactly what I said yesterday.
Game worked.
You know what's funny about this conversation? We literally did a podcast on can the ending make or break a game.
We did do that.
Thank you.
Okay.
What does that mean?
They're talking about like Game of Thrones.
No, I'm trying to understand where Bond is coming, like where he's going with this.
I think ending can definitely ruin something.
But hold on, listen, I don't. But okay, but to me, and I said that this is. But you got to remember, what did I say in that conversation? I said the middle and the beginning still matter to me. Like y'all, like all of you said. Like Game of Thrones, for example, like the ending ruined the whole series for you. I said not to me.
It would basically be saying, if a game is trash, should I continue it even though the ending will be really good? You probably won't even want to make it to the ending because the first part in the middle of the game is complete trash.
Exactly.
That's what the Sony's presentation was like.
True. But that's not the point I was making. Can an ending make or break a game? We all agreed
it can make or break, but it can't turn 1 hour and 45 minutes of trash into a 9 out of 10 in the last 5 minutes. In the last
Wait,
15 days.
Bond.
That's trash to you.
Bond, but if the ending is amazing, do you want to play through complete trash to get to the ending?
It depends. It
depends on how amazing we're talking about. Like,
That's one of the reasons why I can't play Uncharted 4 again. Fuck that.
Same here. Like that's the reason why Uncharted 4 has no replayability, because the beginning is bad.
Who was that? Shadow Elite? What you talking about?
No, never mind.
And here's the thing. One last time. My whole point is I did not argue anybody else's opinion on this show. I said my opinion, and people had issues with my opinion. You could look on the timeline. I argued with nobody about their opinion. People were mad at mine. That's the issue. I'm not trying to convince nobody else that this show was a 4 out of 10. I'm explaining to people why it was a 4 out of 10 to me, and then they was mad at me. That's why Vic is the homie, and that's why I even blocked Vic, because he was trying to make it seem. He was trying to make it seem. He was trying to make it seem like I had lost my mind, right? Because dudes, I said my score, and for 48 hours, dudes were in my DMs on my timeline crying. It's not a 4 out of 10. What are you talking about? You're crying to me about my score, but they were calling me emotional. I'm like, how does this work? Am I in backwards land? I must be in backwards. Like, did I miss something? Like, y'all not gonna make it seem like y'all not gonna just sit here and make it seem like I've lost my mind. Y'all crying to me, but I'm the crazy one.
I think Sony.
I mean, you are the fun police.
Honestly,
I do need to understand why people do get so upset over BG's opinions. BG will tweet something, people will get mad, then you'll have people like Mocha saying, "Why are you antagonizing people, BG?"
Well, BG's an influencer, and people actually care what he got to say. See, this is the thing, though, BG. You got to realize this. People care about the shit we got to say. It's just the niggas that care, we don't care about what they got to say, right? So I don't even think it's the fact that they arguing what you're saying. It's the fact that they think that you care enough to even hear the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, don't be too. I don't care.
Here's the thing about me, bro. I don't think I'm that big of a deal that, like, if I say something, like, what are the repercussions if I say something bad about Sony? Like,
feelings.
Yeah, they're gonna be upset. They're gonna be upset for about a week.
Bro, I can understand people, like, for example, being upset about that Austin Evans thing, because one, he's passing misinformation. That was just straight misinformation, and he has like 5 million followers. Nobody, 5,000 followers on Twitter. I'm nobody. My opinion don't do nothing besides make people butthurt. But in the grand scheme of things, it don't affect nothing. Why y'all so hurt?
And this is another good reason why we're not big, because these motherfuckers will be trying to show up to BG's like favorite bodega.
Oh yeah, they get them out.
Hey, listen.
But, one thing I will say is this: like, for all the people in the comment section going back and forth, we're a podcast, but we don't always agree, and that's good, because if we all agreed every time, that'd be fucking boring, wouldn't it?
It'd be an Xbox show.
Shit.
You know what I figured out too? I think like Blandrew, you know, when Bond arguing with us, I think I figured it out. You know, I don't think he actually be disagreeing with us. I think he's just running like wrestling promo on the timeline.
I literally factually disagreed with you and used your own metrics and calculated it for you.
I think he'd be trying to find some weird like ways to start arguments. So where'd you get Tears of a Rise from?
For the PlayStation. And listen, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, but I figured it's wrestling promo to get people to watch. I'm not mad at it, Bond.
So why did you
y'all got to keep that same energy and not contradict yourself. That's what it is.
You know, he'd be like, so why didn't you get the Switch version of Tales of Arise? I got it on the PlayStation. But where's the Switch version? Where's it at? It doesn't have one.
Is like your little handheld didn't get the game.
And then
sarcastic remark.
And then people gonna show up. Oh, Bond about to roast BG and Blandrew.
Man, Blandrew got destroyed in the podcast, bro. It's over.
I'm like, listen, Bond cut the promo and it worked.
Right? That's what they've been saying tonight.
Bond cut the promo and it worked. I'm not mad at it, Bond. Hey, bruh. Keep doing your thing, Chris Jericho.
I just need you to know, if you don't complain about games being 3 years out, you can't be super hyped for games that 3-5 years out.
Like I said, I'm gonna just say this for the 10th time, just in case people forgot the main message of what I was saying. You can have games that are forever out. But Nintendo does, but they also have a lot of games that are coming mere
And Sony
months
doesn't?
away.
Sony doesn't?
Bond, Knights of the Old Republic, Wolverine. Let me.
Horizon's not coming out soon?
That wasn't at the showcase, and I'm not taking point. And
I'm just saying.
I didn't say
I'm.
I'm reviewing Sony's showcase, not Sony's 2022 as an entirety. I'm not giving them points for Horizon and a bunch of other games that weren't even here. You're saying this conference was great. You're saying this conference was great. You're saying this conference was great for KOTOR, which we didn't see gameplay for, Spider-Man, which we didn't see gameplay for, and what was it? Wolverine, which we didn't see gameplay for.
But I didn't make the claim that it's lame for companies to show games so far out when Nintendo is the worst when it comes to that. That's the point, Landrew. You're complaining about somebody doing something when the company you like does it worse.
We didn't read any super chats.
Yeah, we got it. Well, I didn't want to interrupt the flow of the show. We had a great flow show and a great flow going. So yeah, we gonna read them now. Let me see. Is there one last thing? Oh yeah, we already mentioned that there's rumors.
My internet really cut out when I was spitting gospel.
Oh,
sorry to hear that, bro.
No, we heard you.
Well, there's a we got that rumor. The rumor of Twisted Metal.
Another rumor
is gaining traction, and apparently it's gonna like coincide with a TV show that they're working on. So somebody's working on a Twisted Metal game that they want to come out with like the TV show that they're also working on. So
hold up, I'm about to start. I don't even do this, but I'm about to start blocking people just for missing the point. If I never said they don't have games coming out, I'm reviewing the showcase. What is so hard to understand about this?
I think it's the parallel you drew because when you kept mentioning Nintendo, you kept saying they have games coming out, but you wouldn't say.
Those were games at the showcase, though.
No, I feel what you're saying, but I can see what they're saying as well, though. You know? Yeah.
Keeping it real.
Oh boy. Okay, Jack, you got them super chats ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So we got Tarek Ahmed. He said, "You can't act like homie that twerked on stage at the Janet Jackson concert and give the show a 4 out of 10. LOL." I do agree it was underwhelming because of insiders.
Okay, what about this? Okay, so I hate to use one of Bond's analogy. Okay, but what if at the Janet Jackson concert, Lizzo was out there for an hour and a half? Maybe Jack might like that. Bond would hate it, and that's what it was. That Lizzo was out there for an hour and a half, and like I'm just using what Bond's analogy would be because I don't have any problems with Lizzo, but that's what it would be like.
All right, we got a doggy style position. That's an interesting name. It says Shadow sound like every time he talk with his tongue hanging out his mouth on the side.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck was that? Let me block him real quick. Hold on.
What the fuck? All right, we got
why they got smoke for Shadow?
We got Glacian 3. He says, "You get to have an opinion about anything. There is no shield from the consequences." And he quit his And he quit his own job because he couldn't take the heat. Okay, had a couple of typos. All right, we got Shot Red 555. He said, I may have called you a clown a lot, Kid Smooth, on your trash opinions, but I respect But I respect on what you said here on this podcast in this issue. What the hey yo, y'all got to start.
Smooth, I saw they offered you a 5-year PlayStation Pegasus contract.
What? Warlord or the Pegasus Nation? Are you coming over, my brother?
Yeah, did you sign in that contract with them? I saw they was offering you something, a nice little team-friendly contract.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got a Tunde Abimbola. It says, "Thanks for having an actual JRPG fan talk about Tales of Arise. Shout out to Shadow."
Let's go.
We got Andrew Wilkins. He says, "White people have prejudice towards groups of people, are self-entitled and harsh criticisms and thoughts of others, but are appalled when you call them out the many bad characteristics and personality traits whites have." Hold on, what?
I think he's talking about the CEO.
CEO. Oh, he talking about the CEO shit. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what the hell? All right, we got Tarek Ahmed again. He says, "Austin blessed Red Evans." Oh man. All right, we got Ruffle Mutt. He said, Jack, stop defending doxers. What the fuck is wrong with you? Did he prove he got doxer? I need to see evidence of that. All right. We got Mr. Oshido. He says if Guerrilla Games, Naughty Dog, and Santa Monica only had to make games about graphics, who would make the better looking game?
Say those developers again.
Guerrilla Games, Naughty Dog, and Sony Santa Monica.
Naughty Dog.
Probably Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I gotta go Naughty Dog.
The bet he said the best looking game?
Yeah.
Graphics, yeah.
I'm going with Gorilla.
That ain't a bad choice. I would say Naughty Dog, Guerrilla, and then Santa Monica in that order. We got to recommend again. He says, y'all let Wonton and Jaffe rotund ass gas it up.
See? There you go.
Okay. We got to recommend again.
He called him rotund.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It says Drew Karp. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. He said who wrote the game and the novels. His original storyboard is being used. Is he talking about Wolverine? I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, we got Gideon Inc. He said $2 for the $5 word BGUs. There you go. We got Papa John's. He said, I heard asking for free patches will cause the gaming industry to go under. Talk your talk, Jack Move. Appreciate you, my guy.
We got Bless. Costs like tens of thousands to implement.
It depends. I do hear some of them do, yeah.
I mean, on PC it's free. I know that, but I know on consoles it costs money.
Yeah, some situations I think it do. We got Bless011. He said Naughty Dog will be like Rockstar Games. Release one new game per generation and release remasters in between to bring home the cash. We got Gideon Inc. He says $50 to the first cast member to pronounce this word correctly. I'd have to copy and paste that. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
this
copy
said.
and paste that again, and I want to see that.
All right, let me see if I can copy this real quick. Put it in the Discord. Hold on, fuck. Do y'all know what this say, bro? Because I can't pronounce that.
Oh, that's floxinoxehelipification.
Pilification. I don't know how to pronounce that shit, man. Oh, he said disclaimer. He did donate again. Said disclaimer must be done in one attempt.
Floxinoxehelipification.
Ew.
Floxinoxenif. Man.
Pilification.
I'm going with what Blandrew said.
Okay.
All right, we got Megazone EX. He says, Bon Blandrew, will you be getting Dread thoughts? Also, I think you will like a game called Steel Assault. Cheers from Philadelphia.
I will be giving Dread thoughts because I actually play finishing complete Metroid games.
I'll be buying Metroid Dread, yeah.
There you go.
But will you play and complete it?
Uh-oh.
Of course.
Did you beat Fusion in the last one?
I beat I beat the last one on the Game Boy Player on the Virtual Console on Wii, but I never played I haven't gotten a Samus Returns on the 3DS yet.
All right.
I'll beat it for you guys, don't worry.
We got Mook Gaming. He says Insomniac releasing games like Wayne was dropping mixtapes in the late 2000s. Fire. That's facts. We got Steady Flow. He said, how BG Capify Outer Worlds 2 and Xbox Showcase when they did a whole spoof trailer of AAA games and said nothing in the trailer will be in the game?
Like I said, I held them to the same standards. I didn't give them like full credit because they didn't show any gameplay. That's the same thing I did with the PlayStation conference. And I like the fact that they made fun of the fact that a bunch of game trailers be doing that.
All right. We got Jay Barry. He said, ask Blandrew how many CGI only trailers were at that showcase. His statement is dumb just like everyone else's.
KOTOR, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. And before somebody, well, actually, it was VF. It wasn't gameplay. That's my main point.
All right.
And those were the biggest announcements as well. But go ahead.
We got Tarek Ahmed again. He said, Blandrew got beat by the PS5 stand. That stand was definitely whooping his ass. We got Tyrone Pettit Basketball. He says, people were getting on Xbox for CGI at E3, but Sony's two biggest games at the event were CGI. I don't think that's a problem, but people are being biased.
That's because nobody Microsoft has purchased currently has proven to do anything under the Microsoft umbrella so far.
Is that how we're justifying it now?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, he's not wrong.
If I get LeBron James on my team, I know what he can do.
No, I'm not even talking about like Microsoft. I'm talking about like the industry as a whole. That was always seen as a negative for doing CG trailers.
It is, but again, if you are a proven commodity, you get leeway. That's how it is in the entire world for everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Interesting.
We got meta character. He says, Blandrew, 2023 is not that far away. We almost 10 months into 2021. Okay, OG Rizo, he sent 2 donations. The first one says 9 Rams are in God of War, then Kratos is going home. Then the second donation says Bond speaking facts. Then we
Read
get
that again, Jack.
What, Bond speaking facts?
There you go.
There you go. All right, we got Alice PSX. He says, like the live stream, please. Almost 900 live viewers. Winking emoji or the smiling emoji. Thank you. Yes, like the video, y'all. We got Yoro Cerro. He says, devs like From Software are true artists. If there is nothing to add to the story, then there will be no sequel, just like Shadow of the Colossus. And let me refresh it one more time to make sure I ain't missing none. Oh, hold on. We got a couple of more. Got a couple of stragglers. Hold on. We got Jazzy Jefferson. He says, all y'all crazy as hell. LOL. Great episode. And Jack gave Uncharted on PC the business. Fire. Appreciate you, my guy.
Why? That's a good thing, Jack.
Nah, man. They bugging right now.
Think of all the the PC guys that never got a chance to play it.
Oh, brother.
PC dudes said they're just walking simulators.
Oh, yeah, interactive movie.
Yeah, they don't like them anymore.
Now they hype.
We ready to terrorize like Predacons.
Oh god, we got S Blanks in 95. He said, "Ain't no problem with someone saying the showcase was a 4, but when you a whole slate capper out there twerking for an old port of a game and grading seems off." Oh, you talking about Kofi? Oh no,
I was about to say you must be talking about Kofi. Kofi just sees a game announced for PC and he be going wild.
Bro, that reaction was funny as shit. Oh man, that joke was too funny.
Wait, Kofi was twerking?
No, you don't have to go look at it. You got to go look at it.
Okay.
Them shits was crazy. This should be the last one. Fear's the greatest motivator. He says, I slayed my first big girl, boys, a hefty 250 pounds, and I'm 165.
Oh,
there you go. Hey,
Shout
man,
out to you,
BBWs
bro.
need love too, man. Shout out to you, my guy.
255, he said?
250, and he said he 165.
Yes, and he said if Bond won't take him, I will, bro.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Y'all can take that. That shit gets on top of you and squish your nuts.
And that's it.
Some dudes into that. All right, great show. The only thing I want to add is I hope in this God of War they explain how Kratos survived impaling himself with the with the sword of Olympus. They still ain't answer that.
They put it in a comic, but I heard the comic was ass, so I don't know if they're gonna.
Yeah. If I swear to God, if they don't explain that, I'm taking a point off the game. Like y'all not gonna just, not just gonna slide over this nigga impaling himself. Putting a big ass peephole in his chest, giant peephole, and then he just crawls away into another realm. Like no, they didn't even explain how he got to the realm.
They say his wife. What's her name? I forgot her name. Was it Faye? They said she took him, but I don't know. It's a lot they could explain. They just not doing it.
I need explanations. So yeah, good show. We gonna do these outros. Get out of here. Go to After Dark. Get laid. You know what I'm saying? All right. Start off with the guests. Patty Main.
All right, thank y'all for inviting me on. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I can come on again in the future. Y'all are fucking hilarious as always. Continue y'all doing what y'all do. Y'all are doing a great job, man. Keep being real. Y'all have a good night, all right?
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to After Dark if you want to come through.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Okay. And Shadow Elite.
Great being on. Real fun podcast. Hope to come back for Shin Megami Tensei 5 when that drops. Would love to talk about that. That's in
November.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys love JRPGs, go check out my channel. Same name, Shadow Elite, Mr. JRPG. I got one question for Blandrew real quick. Did you beat Nier Automata?
No, not yet.
Why?
I didn't get on PlayStation until like a couple weeks ago. I was on Switch.
Okay, I remember way back when that game came out, you were one of the ones that were telling me to
Let
play
the
Nier.
people know, Shadow
Crazy.
Elite.
Play Nier.
They don't give me my respect around here. I was the Nier OG.
But you didn't beat it.
What the hey yo, Blake, what's going on, my guy?
Capping for a
What
lot of
the
games he
hell?
don't beat.
No, I'm talking about the original Nier, Shadow Elite.
No, I'm talking about when Nier Automata was coming out. You were telling me to go get it.
Spoiler alert!
And you never beat it?
Footage.
Don't get it.
No.
And you were going crazy about it.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. When the Nintendo Switch came out, it was a wrap on everything PlayStation. I didn't come back to PlayStation until literally a couple weeks ago when I got my PS5.
Okay, all right.
But trust me. Nier Automata is in the it's Tales of Arise, Intergrade. What else do I got here? Demon Soulless, and then Nier Automata.
You got physical games? Ew.
Okay, because it sounded like you were praising that game when it was getting ready to release, that you'd be all over it. And from what I remember, you couldn't get past the first level. I don't know.
No, don't do that, Shadow. I was playing on the hardest difficulty, and anybody that played Nier Automata knows that the opening level is like an hour long before you get a safe spot. So if you're playing on a difficulty like that and you die on hard mode, it was because I was trying to play it safely and not try and die.
What game is this?
Nier Automata.
That game was not hard.
Were you playing on hard mode?
I don't even remember, but I definitely destroyed that game.
Like I was saying, when you played that opening part in the beginning, it took like an hour before you got a safe spot, and if you died, you had to do the beginning all over again. So I was like, I don't feel like dealing with this back to Breath of the Wild, but I will be going back to it.
So why'd you just put the game on normal?
I didn't want to play it on normal.
Hey, yo, why cooking this man Blandrew like this, dog?
Because I remember that was one of my hangups. Like I remember when we were talking in the beginning of the podcast, so I had to make sure I bring it out.
I don't really play JRPGs on normal. I beat Tales of Vesperia on hard. I beat Bravely Default 2 on hard. I've been doing all this stuff on hard for a minute now.
Oh,
all right, cool.
You got something you want to say to me, Shadow?
Oh shit! This seemed personal to me.
I was just always wondering about that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
All right, Smooth.
Thank you guys for watching. We had a nice, good show today. Felt like half a work shift, but yeah, make sure you hit the like button and check out my channel. Follow me on Twitter at KidSmooth.
All right, Jack.
All right, good show. The show was long as fuck, but we had to get into it. Before we get out of here, we do got one more donation from Rocks to Nobody. He said they gonna say Kratos impaled himself and crawled 9 blocks with a laugh.
Oh my god!
I get the reference.
Yeah.
Hey, but good show, man. Shout out to the guests, man. We're gonna have to have y'all boys on again, man. I know we kind of talked a lot, but YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Jack Move Johnny, live streams almost daily when I feel like it. And yeah, we out. All right, peace. Oh yeah, jiggymerch.com, support the movement, and yeah, we out.
All right, Blandrew.
Good podcast, everybody. I think we need to have the same standard around for both PlayStation, Microsoft, and Nintendo. I think that's only fair. And as for my channel, I got a review code for Cruise and Blast exclusively to the Nintendo Switch. So I'm trying to have that review up on Tuesday at 9 o'clock before when the embargo lifts. So look out for that, hopefully.
Okay.
Yo, Blandrew, I wanted to say one thing real quick.
Is Dark Cloud?
No, this is Patrick.
Oh, okay. You sounded like Cloud for a second.
No, this is Patrick. Go ahead.
So, I just want to let you know, like, I watched your Balan video a couple of weeks ago, and I have no interest in that game whatsoever. And that video was really well made, and I actually watched all of it. I just want to say that it was actually a really good video that you put together there. I just wanted to let you know that.
Appreciate that, man. That's the only thing I'm really trying to do here on YouTube. I'm not trying to get 100,000 views or anything. I'm just trying to entertain the people, and if I get views along the way, that's also.
You were a couple months ago. You were bragging about your videos have legs and will stand the test of time and get views for forever, and that's the kind of videos you want to make.
No, my videos definitely are evergreen. You can go back to those videos years down the line and be like, look at this man right now.
Well, I'm saying, if you don't care about that, you could just put out more videos and not take forever.
You want me to talk over a JPEG for 20 minutes like you?
I don't talk over JPEGs. I actually go through the videos, promote your channel, promote the podcast, promote the Patreon before I even get started into my videos, Blandrew.
Mm-hmm.
So don't talk about JPEGs.
All right, we about to get out of here.
Interactive. And I also drive traffic to everybody else's videos saying, check out this person, their new video, that. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so
We
much.
I know you don't
we
watch
appreciate-
my channel, so you don't see the hard work I put in.
We
to
appreciate
get
you,
all
King.
of us out here.
Thank you, sir. So yeah, we about to get out of here, go into After Dark. Hey, support the Patreon if you want access to After Dark. It's only $6 a month, and you know, you get damn near like 10 hours of extra content out this month.
Hey, BG, word around town, them recent After Darks been hitting, bro. I ain't
Hey,
want to say,
bro, the last one was
man.
like 3 hours, and that joint definitely hitting, I think.
Hey, man.
So, you know what's crazy? I be in these Twitter spaces, bruh. In Twitter spaces, it tells you who you have blocked in there, bro. I be having half the people in there. Bro, half the people I be in Twitter spaces with, I have blocked. That joint be crazy.
I be wanting to pop off, but I'm like, this ain't my shit.
Yeah, I be like, yo,
I'll fall back. Like,
because I'm like, yo, I know I blocked you for a good reason, so I just want to be roasting them real quick. But I just be chilling. But yeah, we'll catch y'all next week. Going After Dark. Peace.
Real quick.
Oh man, probably have like 3 hours.
Oh man.
No. Right. Plenty of tried and plenty of failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hell. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. Bye. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know my bro King got me. See, that's a black bond that can't be broken. No Idris Elba, I'm a black bond, aiming a scope and all black panel. You can never try playing us token. Yeah, we playing games, but now one of us playing or joking. Not at all. Oh wait. Then Jack Move came in with the trophies, God in a lane of its own. Like, how can you gamers approach me? Tell kids move to body you in Halo, then send your family an angel emoji. You should've known, dog, you ain't got enough Series X's. Blind got all the answers, no, you ain't gotta ask Siri questions. All the latest gaming news gotta be here to check it. Since 2015 and beyond, I'm just here to respect it. When you at the top of your tier, it's a blessing. From the bottom, so no way we appear to be desperate. This for anybody doubting, I'm clearing a message. And if you ever had a problem, I'm here to correct. Plenty of fail. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know what it is, man. Weapon World Podcast, y'all know what we got in the building, man. We got BG. We got Kid Smooth, we got Jack Move, we got Black Bond, I mean. Blandrew, I mean, what you can't out strafe us, bro. Like, the strafe too strong.